He's stupid and he knows it.
This video you're about to watch does not go against any guideline. This is for satire and entertainment purposes only. To laugh, have a good time.
I'm going to be breaking this down into sections. We're going to go to each of the order. I'm going to start it off with the other one.
So this is the case where getting crabs is a good thing?
Yeah.
Hype?
I would really prefer if you would be quiet.
That apparently has all these things, and I'm going to break it down piece by piece. So let's start it off. Let's see the list of problems this guy has with me. Apparently,
Firstly, I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently, and
I'm not good at video games, and so I battled him in what was called a 1v1 in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I challenged him and invited him. He joined, surprisingly. So I did that, and I also recorded it. What did I do with the recording? I deleted it, and apparently he either did that or privated that, but let's get to the rest of it. He had someone else join for whatever reason. I had it on invite only. He had to have invited people to join or spectate or whatever, or unless someone somehow joined me, even though I had it on invite only. I know for a fact that I didn't have anybody join, and I only invited him. It was also someone that wasn't on my friend list, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't someone that was in one of my recent games. Could have very well been, but I don't know. Either way, I didn't know the person, so obviously it was the reason that they joined was him. So we had to reset the whole thing, and the second time around, I won. So that's out of the question. Now, music-wise, there's nothing to go off from him, so if there's a comparison of who's better, there's nothing there. And it's the same for Bird, but we'll get into that in a minute. But we can eliminate both of those things out because there's no comparison there. Looking at his gameplay, he doesn't really do anything special. It's just gameplay. I mean, it's not very important to the majority of people. 99% of players don't want to know. I mean, there's maybe that 1% that wants to know how to change their color, but I mean, really, what does it add? So, eliminating all of that, we're going content-wise now because we can't go off of music. Content-wise, it's apparently trolling or informational, educational videos of learning about stuff in Call of Duty. I watched him and there's nothing really special about it. He doesn't add any jokes. He basically fills in all of his jokes with other clips from other videos and other people being funny, but not him. He doesn't add anything. Doesn't make it entertaining in any way. He doesn't add any tips or tricks that are specifically useful at all. And so I don't think any of those count, because if it comes to views, subscribers, or this or that, and including on Twitch, I don't think it matters overall. If all of those things are eliminated and there's nothing special about the content, then this conversation is really going to go just to him being mad because I am just that good of a channel. I mean, there's no other way around it. Maybe he just doesn't like me as a person. If he doesn't even know me in real life. He's just a hater, hating to hate, and is mad because I'm good at the game, or jealous, maybe even envious. And I mean, considering he's best friends with Dark Mario, that is clearly the case, because that guy was always mad that I've always been better than him at the game for no reason at all. I just play games to have fun, so if I just so happen to be good at a game, that's that. There's no other way around it. I mean, that's just the truth of it. And so, I already did a video talking about this clickbait video he made to try to get views. It didn't even work. The only people that watched it were pretty much me once, and I made my video talking about that. And so that is going to be the video I'm going to put in this next. I did it weeks ago, and it really doesn't matter. And this is the entire video I'm going to put after, and then I'm going to break down the next person, which is being Bird. But before I do that, I do want to mention some honorable mentions. There are some like the freaking clout chasing, Dark Mario / N1K / Slimback News / Royals / CGS kind of, and all that. There's nothing to compare. Again, I play games that have fun. They care about statistics in Call of Duty, if anything, or they just don't like me as a person for no reason at all without getting to know me. Completely fine. I don't think there's anybody else worth mentioning. There's probably TRVP King back in the day, Trap King, and then that trans chick. I have no idea who else, to be completely real. Just back in the days, there was people, but that was like during other times. It really is just about video games and getting mad at video games. So I don't know if it's like some kind of mental problem or something of the sort, but that's really the only thing there. Besides that, I wish and hope the best for all of them, including everybody that I've talked about. And going up here next, being Bird. Now with that all out of the way, that's the intro of the video. Again, I'm going to be going, and now that was going to be the drama queen section. Now here is the other drama queen. I'm going to try to sum this up in the best way possible, and try to get this video with the most important parts and the parts that matter, and let you guys know that and the information that truly matters. And there's probably a full video that can go to this if you really wanted to watch it. I'm pretty sure someone has re-uploaded the clip somewhere. I have no idea of the true sources in its entirety, but I don't think it deserves a lot of time, so I'm just going to put in, again, like I said, the parts that really matter and throw them in the video. Of course, there's a lot more that matters, but in the overall grand scheme of things, the only thing that really matters is just, you know, letting the people know the information that they should know about. And of course, I mean, y'all could look up that information by just doing research, but with that said, Legendary Grand Audience, I hope you enjoy the rest of this. That should not have happened. If I have anything to add, I will add something and add it to the video, but regardless, and with that out of the way, that's it for me. So I'm going to let the video play out and the parts that people should know about, because there has been misinformation and I wanted to clear everything up, and I think it's for the best anyways, so that's that.
I'm kind of crossing my fingers that a video will come out.
To explain the context of this clip here, when I'm talking about a video will come out, I'm not saying that I want drama, I'm not saying that I want this negativity stuff, I'm not saying I want any of this. I'm just saying if there was such important stuff to say about me, if there's such important things to accuse me of, and all these excuses and misinformation for me being apparently toxic, you know, ex-deadlies being toxic, if there's all these reasons and all these things and all this stuff that I apparently did to people, all because I'm good at video games. I mean, truly, let's think about this for a second. I got popular off of YouTube, firstly over video games, because people thought I was good at the game, and they know I'm good at the game. And some people were upset and mad because I popped the heck off on games. That's it. That's the truth of it. And when I 1v1'd them when I was better, I mean, like, whatever. They might have had stuff going on in their life, but that's not my issue. That's not my problem. I'm not their dad. I ain't gotta, you know, do stuff for them. So they can't be coming at me sideways because I was performing better than they do, and I make really good content. So what I was saying here is, since this guy has already made 3 videos, hours long, trying to expose me, but then taking those videos down, what was this guy's whole purpose? Obviously, you know, he knows himself that he's wrong. So I was like, I'm crossing my fingers that a video will come out. If he's gonna tell one of the people that could have been one of my best friends and homies to this day, that I would have considered a brother, that I would consider one of my best friends right now, with the memories that we had and the good times that we had, I've never had a friend that's ever been like that stayed. I've had some good times with Razorwire too, more bad times with, you know, just we couldn't be friends. It wouldn't happen with Razorwire. We could have had some good times, and same thing with Joshua. I was saying I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that a video will come out, because he's the only person to speak out apparently against all this bad stuff that I did and all this bad stuff that I did to people. So I'm just like, okay, I'll be waiting. And then I put that there in context because I did some video a while back that I, you know, took down because it was just, you know, unnecessary, like this whole thing as is. But with the thing with Josh, it's slightly different. It's a little bit different. With this guy though, it's unnecessary. apparently if I did all these bad things to the point where it's bringing back this Dark Mario guy talking trash on me, but won't message me, won't talk to me, nothing like that. Dark Mario's too scared to do that for some reason. Doesn't want to just talk things out, doesn't want to talk about anything. Neither does this guy. And for whatever reason, neither does Joshua. But I'll get into Joshua when I get to that section. So, if it's so bad, then I would assume a video would have been out, right? But he took down the videos where he was just talking trash the whole time, saying that it's trolling. So, I'm still waiting. If all this stuff that I apparently did was so bad, apparently, all I'm doing is stressing them out by freaking being better at a game, and it's not even me. It's them stressing themselves out because they want to do better than me in video games. That's literally the whole situation. I'm too grown for this, bro. Like, there's no way that it's got to this point. Then a video came out, finally, after so long of stalking my chats and freaking stalking my channel and being obsessed for so long in my comments too. He finally made a video, and I watched it. This is what it was. 3 weeks after it was uploaded. He uploaded it on Christmas. He didn't even go outside, spend no time with family on the holidays, none of that. Even during New Year's, this dude spent it making a video about me. Let that sink in, because that's just sad. Each and every one of these people need to work on their lives. If even Dark Mario's coming back, this dude needs to do something with his life. He gotta find a hobby or something, bro.
What up, y'all? I was tagged in a video, so I'm going to check it out and give you guys how I feel about the video. Hope you guys are having a grand legendary day. Let's get it. But what about your music? Do you have any music at all? Does either of you guys have music? And who are these people? What's going on? Why is he not showing his face? Or if you don't want to hear the song, you can hear a different song, any other song in the world. But hey, you're forcing yourself to listen to it. You're choosing to listen to the music. But
I know it's just obsessive mental illness, but I mean, think about it. That album I did was one of the earlier albums. That was like 5-6 albums ago or something. So it's not new. So he's coming back to listen to older music that's newer. And if my channel's so bad, if I'm bad as a person, if I'm bad at music, he's coming back to make content about it, to talk trash about it. I mean, it's simple things people can put together if you just think about it. It doesn't require any critical thinking at all. But YouTube allows this on the platform. You know, it's cool. YouTube's okay with it. And I'm not gonna, freaking go at YouTube anything like that here, especially at this point, because they didn't do anything before. They'll take down and copyright one of my streams when I was watching Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans for some reason, and they'll do that, and they're instant about that. But when it comes to like reporting videos that shouldn't be on the platform because of reasons that aren't criticism, no criticism in it, and it's very, very clear to see. And it goes against the TOS. I don't even really need to explain it. Basically, YouTube just haven't been doing anything, but when it comes to like, apparently copyright or whatever, then they'll do something about that. Completely fine. I can edit that out of my stream, whatever. I could take that out, but I didn't get claimed or nothing. They didn't say I had to, which if they do, like I said, it's whatever. I could do that easily. But when it came to letting YouTube know about this stuff, they have done nothing for the past 4 years. Those videos are down now. Yeah, they down. But are they privated or are they deleted? Because there is a very big difference between the two. And unlisted also. That's another big difference. So if they are unlisted, that's an issue. If they are privated, that's an issue. If they are deleted, YouTube listened and did what they were supposed to do. I mean, if they want what's best for the platform, and if they want the most out of the platform, then they got to get rid of the stuff that's destroying and ruining the platform. I mean, just looking at it from a business standpoint, from outside business standpoint, from like a normal freaking content creator standpoint, from every standpoint there is, what I just said is what I'm going to stand by. And that's really the truth of it. If me and YouTube had a conversation about that type of stuff. But it's kind of hard to be in contact with YouTube when nothing's really being done now. And I don't want to have this video up and then get like, response from YouTube, because this is kind of like
the video that's after so many years of people spreading misinformation and all these videos that came out against like Shadow Ripper X Deadlies or anything like that, and nothing can come out about any of that. Maybe a tiny bit of me being toxic back in the day, and I've already admitted that and all that. And if you don't like me how I was back then, and you don't like the stuff I did or anything like that back then, if you want to not like me for who I was before I was an adult, excuse me, and if you don't want to like me back then and forever base me on that, that's cool with me. If you don't want to like me for how I was back then, completely your decision. But I'm just saying, everybody grows up at some point. Everybody changes. Not all people, like I said before, it's random. Not everybody will change fully. Some of it will change, some of it won't, so on and so forth. The point being is, I'm not the same person I was when I was making that old content. But if you don't want to like me because of what I used to do and used to make or used to say or used to this and that, even if I didn't make a video out of it and you base me off of whatever happened in a Call of Duty game or whatever happened back then, that's full on cool. But you gotta realize and think about for a second, am I the same person now? Am I like that off video, on video, off camera, on and off, excuse me, I can't even speak English, off camera. And that's the thing with Joshua, really quickly want to bring up. I feel like he wants to say that I'm a different person off camera, and I feel like he wants to say that I'm such a bad person, and I don't know, it's just something like that. But he knows me in real life, and he knows me on video, and I feel like he knows that I'm the same person when I'm off camera. So I mean, I could always make up a personality and fake a personality, not just personalities but characters, but obviously that isn't the case with how I am now, because I just don't care now. If you don't want to like me because of back then, that's your choice. You're not obligated to, change your opinion because of what I'm saying. You don't have to change anything because of this video. It is what it is, and I mean, if that's how you want to feel, completely your decision. All I'm saying is, this crown sometimes freaking likes to fall.
But never off my head, though.
But all in all, overall, if you don't want to like me because of the person I was back then, that's whatever. But not everybody is the same as they was before in their childhood, and not everybody was the same person since they were a child. Not everybody was the same person years ago, a day ago, a week ago, a month ago, whatever. Not everybody's the same person. If you want to think that I am the same person because of these guys, even, you can go right ahead. So matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? This is going to be a call out, if you will. If there is anything that I truly did bad back in the times, or at all, then make a video on it. Let me know in the comments section to look at it. Tweet it at me. Message me in the social media. Send the video to me, as a couple of people I've already did before, but then delete the video, because for years without me asking for a video being made, when I did say earlier I'm crossing my fingers a video will be made, I'm not saying I want a video being made, and I'm not saying I'm hoping a video will be made. I'm saying, well, at the time I did say I hope a video will be made, because apparently it's that serious. So that's why, I'm still waiting. Obviously, the guy has serious mental issues, and that's just what it is for that guy. But for anybody else out there that apparently has some kind of issue with me, I am saying right here, right now, make a video. Don't spend hours. If it's an hour long, then it's fake. Use some evidence or proof, and show me that I have been this toxic bad person, ex-deadlies, or, anytime. Show me. I would love to see me being like that, because to this day, and after this day, with me asking if there is something that I did wrong to show, and I'm asking people to show it, when nothing comes up and nothing's shown in this video, this is the thing. I said earlier I didn't want any negative thing coming out of this. I didn't want any, drama or whatever coming out of it. So when I'm asking right here, I'm asking for, if it's that serious, if I really did stuff that bad, then go ahead and make that video showing everybody, and then I'll accept it.
I've accepted criticism before from people outside of YouTube, but of course then I realized It was during a time, so I didn't realize it wasn't criticism, it was them just talking trash.
And that was at that time, and I'm not talking about obese mentally ill one, because you'll find out and realize that there is no criticism that I could get on me. The most, like I said, and I've said it before, but to explain that, I don't know why I have to do this, because it's very simple thinking, is just people might not like what I do.
Simple as that. You know, it doesn't need a video, like two people that I'm about to talk about. One of them already talked about, but...
Two people in this video did. Actually, three for counting Dark Mario, but he didn't even talk about me. He didn't say my name, and he was just nervous, and it was just a terrible structured video overall. None of these videos were structured well. None of them were goodly put together. They just didn't have any points, arguments, or anything. They didn't even show proof or evidence. And then if a video comes out, I will, you know, make a video admitting it and letting people know, alright, I made a mistake right here. I messed up. I apologize. I'm sorry. But there's no apologizing that needs to be done, because there's nothing I did. Even if someone tries to come out with something, I didn't do anything. So, nothing really else to say in this section.
I'll check the comments. Quote, someone like me who has listened to music for years would never find my music good, just cringe. Okay, that's fine. Go listen to the music.
This is also something I've already previously explained. That's maybe because you don't understand my music, you don't get what I'm saying in my music, you don't get my music, you don't... Oh my god, bro. You are not putting in the effort, or at least trying to understand the music. The lyrics are right there. I mean, there's nothing to really say. I mean, he's trying to go after pretty much everything that I do, including, you know, myself. He's trying to go after me, too. It's truly disappointing, pathetic, and sad. We can all freaking look at it and call it how it is. It's just truly sad that someone's sad and mad because I beat them. They couldn't prove their point. They couldn't get their point across to no one, so they took down the videos because no one cared, and people still don't, and the only people that still care are the people that probably get paid by him to be in his videos and paid by him to even say anything badly about me, because they know that I'm right when I say anything about that guy, and when I show that I am better in games, and when I show that I can make some music. There's no other way around it. He's going to attack everything I do, so be expecting, if I do anything else, or if he sees that I do anything else, be expecting videos of him talking trash on that going forward. Again, going against TOS and, you know, YouTube guidelines, but YouTube doesn't care. They don't care about their platform until something's done there, so I'm not going to defend, you know, YouTube here. I'm not going to frickin' kiss ass if nothing's going to be done. Then, I mean, I'm not going to, you know, make videos sitting here being like, yo, do this and do that. There's just no point. And it's not even me really telling, it's me asking, can you do something about the platform that you guys are supposed to care about? And then what's been happening for the past 4 years, they've been uploading content going against TOS. There's nothing I need to do here. Nothing I need to say neither.
Again, you're forcing yourself and you're listening to my music. You're doing that to yourself. You chose to listen to my music after how many years and after how many months? You're forcing yourself to do that. You're making yourself go crazy over someone that you've never met. And not only that, but you don't know nothing about me. So you probably are not going to understand my music. And if nothing in my music that you can relate to, if there's nothing there to relate to, then I don't see how you don't understand it. Don't know what to tell you. Gonna have to continue bowing down and sucking on my pee. And YouTube's doing nothing about it, so you're overreacting because you think YouTube's not seeing anything. Maybe because they don't know who you are. That could be. And all of your friends know that that happened 4 years ago, right? You are that mad at someone you don't know. So congratulations, y'all are certified to be my bitch. If you can't understand, the description has all the lyrics there. So you're choosing to not look at the description if you can't hear what I'm saying. Maybe turn your volume up. I don't know. If you can't hear me, then you gotta buy some new audio or something. I mean, if you get a job, that could definitely help with your audio. But, I mean, if you're sitting there playing video games all day with no morals and no goals in life, you're probably not going to get any audio from not just my music, which you're choosing to listen to, which thanks for listening to my music. And it's funny that he comments on me getting females. I think him and Josh are jealous because I've been with two females, quote unquote, to the females. They say I've been with them, but really they were just you know, they just came over and we were just chilling. And technically you could say 2, but there was way more than that. But you know, it's not something that I share on camera all the time. I don't have an OnlyFans or a Pornhub account or anything like that, so I'm not gonna record what I, you know, do with them every second of the day either. And I'm not saying that's the only thing I do with them, but obviously that doesn't matter. It's just funny that they brought up females, and it's funny because he won't get out of his house and actually talk to a female, that he has to give me advice on females. So that's pretty funny that he hasn't had a girlfriend this entire time, because he doesn't even show his own face, so I don't think that he even talks to women at all. So congratulations. But as long as you keep talking about me, then you're gay, homosexual, you fucking homo, and hop off my dick, basically, is what I've been trying to tell you for the past 4 years.
Why are you gay?
But no, don't listen to me, right? I'm the bad guy, and it just doesn't work like that, buddy pal. I was listening to BBC, I think, or is it the Prestigious Ultimate? I don't know.
Alright, everybody, let's all get together from every freaking, you know, everywhere. Let's all get together, everybody watching. Let's all get together and let's all say it together, everybody. You guys ready? This goes for Bird 2, the Bird Josh, so far about everything he's done. And just, you know, everybody agrees on this, so let's all say it. 3 words we all agree with, alright? Let's get all together. Everybody ready? Let's say it to him. Let's all say it with me now, and I'll lead the way. Alright, here we go. Everybody, let's all get in this. Let's say it in 3, 2, 1.
No one cares.
Let's go.
Someone needs to change the batteries in the frickin' fire alarm in the background. It's just going off. Can't enjoy this video. Got 2 annoying people, 2 annoying voices, and then you got the annoying fire alarm. Like, I can't even pay attention, bro. Like, it's just bad video. I can't. Bad content. But if they and the fire alarm joined LGE, bet you it would be the best of the best. Everybody would love it and have billions of subscribers. They're both two different people saying all of this music is bad and all of this is bad. Again, they're choosing to go back to it, to listen to it, so they must like it enough, kind of contradicting saying that they don't like it, because they keep coming back to listen to the new stuff, because that album was made months ago, and this is like a completely new year and complete, like, after months, and they're still listening to it. There's nothing to say here. That song that he's talking about, the band Fat Man Stand, that happened 3 years ago. Are you okay? Bro, you're gonna say that I need therapy and I need this and that. You're talking about a video I did 3 years ago. Are you still offended by that? Go outside, smell the fresh air, touch some grass or something. What is happening here? Why am I even making this video? This guy's talking about a video I made 3 years ago. What? Are you really about to tag him right now? Are you really making this video? He's so cool for making this video, for talking about a video that I did 3 years ago. So cool. Okay. That was a waste of my time. Why am I not surprised? And then I go to the Bird's channel, and he has, keep in mind, almost 2K subscribers, but only drops about 10 views, 20 views, 40 views. He should be having at least hundreds of views. I just got done with watching the aftermath of Content Explosion Nuclear, and I feel bad for someone that I knew in real life to stoop this low and to be this low and be friends with this guy and make content with this guy. Just shows that I've gotten him into the wrong thing. I got him into the wrong career, and that's for that situation. Obviously, this is a waste of time for everybody. I could be doing anything else right now, but this apparently is still happening, so I wanted to shut it down. And mainly because YouTube's not doing anything about it, I have to do it. So I have to take the matters into my own hands because YouTube doesn't want to do anything. So that's why I'm also making this video, because I have to do YouTube's job for them, apparently. And I'm using that as an analogy. But I just don't see why they're not doing nothing. I have to do it for them. But yeah.
Hey, yo, we fucking got 6ix9ine here, yo!
Hey, I'm a rat. I ain't no snitch.
Kimbo, a few words?
I'll just wait till I get asked the question.
Okay, Dada?
Listen, I thank each and every one of you guys.
You fool! Shut up, man.
Man, listen.
You ain't got shit to say.
Actually, go to the right a little bit. We got this ship with 2 people. Why do I hear boss music? That's
Why do I hear boss music?
Do you hear that?
Why do I hear boss music?
But here we are, finishing what must be finished. But this right here, a couple of videos that I made back in 2016, and then he tries to do it with the fake views and likes. But let's really look at his profile right quick. This is the same guy that yells at his camera because of me and gets angry and rages because of me. Let's put that to the side.
And enjoy the next sections. Let's look at girlfriends, Joshua. Let's go back to 2016 when we stopped hanging out. When we stopped being friends. When all that stopped. We're not going to go to 2018, but let's say, going for the timeline here, probably 2019. You had Sky, right? And then you had Haley. That's 2. Now let's go to 2016. And forward. I had, not going to say her name, she was blonde. I had a brown hair chick that actually I just recently added her, and she has some abilities. She, plays band and all that. The first one, she worked out, and she likes some good music. But the second one, she had some pretty cool stuff, and I hope the best for her. She's from the potato place or state. 2019. Let me see. I don't think there's really anybody necessarily in 2018, 2019. But I mean, I guess you could say one of them was Jasmine. It was a really weird time, I must say. So that's about 3. Now we're going to 2020. Now this one was some Latina Mexican chick. This did not go well. It was not fun due to the situation I was in. I was ex-Deadlies at this time, and the guy who lost that Black Ops 3 1v1, she commented on that video. Those videos aren't up anymore because one of the L's was my girl commenting on that video. She was alright. She had decent taste in music, and I don't exactly know what kind of stuff she liked, because it was a weird time, but that's about 4. It all lasted longer than 3 days, obviously. The least amount, at least 3 months. 2020 and 2021, we're excluding all the chicks that I, wasn't, with, and I'm talking relationships and everything else, anything to do with the females. So I'm going to add about 2 that I could think of. So right now he's still at 2. I'm at about 6. 2022. Think I was just chilling for that year. 2023. I was doing stuff for one chick, and she was thinking about a relationship, but also, didn't know what she wanted to do. She liked gaming and anime and stuff like that, and she was also the first black chick that I was with. So that was pretty cool and interesting. And then that was after, though, this one, which was what's it called? And here's the thing. I've probably have more than 10 at the moment. But I'm just going off memory in less than 10 minutes, and I'm just gonna compile it all together of how many. I don't doubt that I had more. Shoot, bro, 2020 was a good time, or 2021, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that one was decently well, and then later on it got worse because of reasons. But she liked some games, played a lot of Minecraft, or made some series of Minecraft. She was in one of my drink reviews, or actually a couple of Mountain Dew Baja Blast. No, not Baja Blast, Caribbean Splash. And then it was another review that she actually talks a lot more in. I'm not too entirely sure exactly what it was, but it was a while back. She was in the background talking in it. That was the only one that she was in. And nowadays, let's see, you could add 3 for sure. Yeah, and I got a couple options, you could say. And I'm not saying every single one and every single detail about everything, but they all have their own liking. So at least 15. At least. Okay? So around 15. And so we were at, what for him? 2 people so far, Sky and Haley, right? 2016 to 2020 or something. Now he's with 1 new chick, that what I know of. He's been with 3. So if anybody's been with 3, he's the one he's with now is the only ones I'm counting is just these 3. If he's only been with 3 and I've been with 15, I get more than triple, quadruple the amount he gets. Maybe quadruple, because, you know, I actually can hit quad feeds moving around instead of sitting in the spawn going for, you know, feeds. But besides that, I'm actually attractive, unlike him, still, after doing drugs. And I say that as a little bit of an over-exaggeration and more to embarrass him and humiliate and poke fun at him, because he's saying, like, he makes these, like, pictures making me look bad or whatever. Yeah, 15 to 3, alright? So, in the past years. So, if he wants to talk about they can't deal with the person that they're with, you should probably look at your own situations before you start trying to give advice to other people. Especially if it's about females, and especially if you're talking about me, too.
I'm not going to be giving advice this video, but it'd be better if we were friends. But if you decide not to be anymore, that's entirely fine. If you don't like my channel or me, I think that being in my comments wouldn't make any sense. And you can keep spam commenting as much as you want, but I really think what you should do is worry about the game you're designing, your clan, and your esports team, or whatever you do. I don't know why people still do that. There's a lot more better things you could be doing. Since you responded to the video, I don't think that you've learned a lot from how much we've hanged out and all the stuff that we did back then. It turns out that I guess it seems that you're still on the basic levels, and I really wish that I could have hanged out with you more. And whether you admit it or not, it's, well, I guess I would say partially your fault for not letting us hang out, but it's mostly other people I'm not going to mention. But you know it's true, parents. But you know it's true, because if it wasn't, then why are they still talking about me nowadays? And overall, it's been years. When was the last time we hanged out? When was the last time I even seen you? That should answer the question of why you should care now or not. And the fact that you respond to a joke video that I made, a 4-minute joke video, and you made it 30 minutes, is kind of disappointing to see you in this state now. And I feel bad, but I mean, it is what it is. If you don't want to be friends, then I suggest you take down the video and stop appearing in my comments. But until then, you want to be friends. Not sure why you have me blocked, but you still want to talk to me that bad. Very weird. Bipolar. Because it's better that we're friends than not, but he won't think about that. I don't know. I just don't get why he won't think about it. Just all the fake subscribers and just no one cares. The NK or they're so stupid. How can you draw circles and then call it a drawing? Have you even seen real art? Like this art is 10 times more skillful. Yeah, good luck with trying to brand that. That dude is also like Bird. They both get mad because I'm better. They both lost to me in any 1v1s or any battles that I had. And they're both jealous and want as much subscribers and want as much as I do. And they're mad because they can't do it, even though I told them they can do it. But they're just not trying. And they're getting mad at me instead of trying. And still, where are they at now? Still at the low amount of subscribers, but one of them is using a lot of fake subscribers. Bird is using an unfathomable amount. It's like he won't spend time on the clan back then, and he'll complain and have every type of excuse and cry about it back then. It's weird how he'll make such a deal out of it, but then
stop being friends with me over it. But then when he does it, and all these other people do it with him, I bet you if the same thing happened, he would either kick him out, or he'll be like, dang it, they're right. Maybe the homies XF10 was right, because
you should not be doing clans. You are not prepared or ready for it. I've already said this. You are not ready for any of that.
Let alone gaming, esports, YouTube, content creation, none of that. Not ready for anything, even music, not ready.
And looking at your clips and your 300 subscriber montage, you're not ready to have a clan. You're not ready. you need to go back to the homies ZXinfinite and then get ready.
I feel like he thinks these things are so simple because of how easy I did it. So he thinks that because I'm the best at doing it and because I'm that good at doing it, that how easy I showed him it can be done. I didn't show him how it can be done. I just showed him that it can be done that quick. Not how necessarily. I used the wrong word there and the wrong term, but I showed him that I can do it that good. And so because of the past clan experience that I've had and how I work things out with him, he's like, oh, okay, I'm going to try to remember the littlest amount of information because that's all I got off the homies ZXinfinite and use that to do my own clan things. And then he uploaded the 300 subscriber clan montages and he hit those clips in Rust. Yeah, that's why he's not doing it alone, and that's why he's not the only leader or higher up in his clan or whatever he's doing.
Twitter DMs are open. All of these people have Twitter. I know they do. I'm not gonna go look up their Twitter and then start messaging them and being like, hey, because I don't care as much as they do. Not a single thing was criticism except getting mad at me being better than them. The person has no job, talks about being paid, but has no job. Every day, almost every day now, comes to my comments, but wants to say that I get no money and I have no job and all of this. But yet, this dude's every day in my comments. I don't know. I guess we'll go to Prestigious Empire. A name I made in 2017, which now Bird is using. That's another thing. He wants to copy all these ideas and wants to say everything about me and all this bad stuff about me, but then he wants to use the stuff that he got mad about, and the stuff it's hypocritical. All the stuff that he doesn't like, he uses. His name, the clan name, it's almost like he's showing that he really wants to be friends. Because he has the Empire and then he has the gamer tag that I did not give him, by the way. I never gave him that gamer tag. Never. To this day, I still have not gave him the gamer tag or permission to use a gamer tag that I made, once again. It kind of looks bad if people actually knew who he was and actually cared. But all of these people, they give not a single reason to care about their channels or anything they do. They don't give a single reason for anybody to go back and search their name up. Generic Let's Plays, just find that somewhere else. Don't go to Bird's channel, trust me. That's one of the lowest of the low tiers. If you really want to be unentertained, and if you want one of the worst of the worst, go to Bird's channel. One channel has not made a single upload that's worth watching, that leaves a good impression on someone, that leaves an impression that someone would have wanted to come back to that channel. So again, like I said, it makes sense that they get mad because I do good content. And what else? Who else? I can't, it's hard to think about these people, like, because they're just so random. It's hard to think about who's who, because they're just so comparable. They don't care about themselves and their life to the point where they're so depressed that they do some, oh yeah, speaking of that, and Bird is with some people now. Do you see anybody with me? Like, I don't care who the frick you're with. You've always been kind of weakling. I've always done this myself for how many years? How many years have I been doing this?
For counting how long I've been on YouTube, we're going all the way back to 2005, 2006, 2007. Probably, I'd say 2006 or 7. For going all the way back to when I started doing content, we're going all the way back to 2012 when I was doing live streams. It was about 2014, 2015, something of the sort. When I started live streaming for real was December 2016. When I started really doing content was about Lethal Deception is when I started doing content for real. And then during frickin' Lethal Deception, Shadow Ripper, XK7 Nightmare, all the way up to X Deadlies basically is when I started doing some like really good content. And then the homies X710 was like the best it could ever be. And that's where I am at. I forgot to mention, by the way, all those channels that I put up on the screen, you can go and check out, and you can actually see for yourself. The only ones that I believe that are still up with content are X Deadlies and Lethal Deception. I'm not so sure about Shadow Ripper. XK7 Nightmare you could still look up. Twisted Nightmare is also one that I forgot to mention that had pretty good content on there too. Oh gosh, 2016 was a time.
it might have been 2015? It was the summer of, I think it was 2015, I'm pretty sure, Twisted Nightmare, because that channel only lasted the summer, basically, and I didn't even have a PC at the time. I was using my grandma's PC.
Pretty much, I've been using my grandma's PC for content for, like, basically 2016 was the first time that I could have made content that wasn't from my phone and from the PlayStation. Other than that, I did use my phone, though, and I've been using my phone since 2014.
To start things off when I started making content, or my parents' PC was the very first one that I did in 2012, and then my phone was what I made content on after. Don't know why, for some reason I forgot to mention it, but my grandma's PC was the third one, and this is 2012 to 2015 at this point, and then once December 2016 hit was the fourth one, and that is my PlayStation 4, and you know, so on and so forth. My own PC, and then, you know, the gaming PC and stuff like that, man.
I've been doing this for 9 years, almost a decade straight. I've been doing this very thing. It's 2014. While you were playing Pokemon, I was playing Call of Duty. While you was learning how to play Pokemon, I've already beat Heart Gold and all these other games that I've already explained. Black, White, Black and White 2. Not Black 2, but White 2. And that was before the clans. So before you start saying anything about anything, know your facts. Get your priorities straight, learn responsibilities, and stop being mad about video games. You want to talk about how you're designing a game? Bruh, finish school. Finish college or something. Get a job. Do something that isn't video games. You're not proving anything except how embarrassing it is that you have not grown up, because you're still in the same spot as the rest of these people. The rest of these people are just getting mad at everything and not moving on from the spot that they're in. And that's the sad part, is a lot of these things are from years ago, and they're just now coming up with stuff to say. Just now. They couldn't respond back then, so they respond now. To what? Because there's nothing to respond to. Weird, bro. Like, I don't know how to explain how embarrassingly humiliating it is when other people watch the channel, or other people come to my channel and they see that type of comments or in the chat, and then they're just like, why do these people exist? And then I agree, and then we both agree, and then they act like it's impossible to just try something, but yet they just don't want to do anything but just make the same thing that people don't want to watch. People have watched that type of content for years. Give them something that people care about, but no, they just can't do that. So they go back to where people will watch because it's new content that people want to enjoy, to the homies ZXinfinite, and then they go hate on that, and then they go talk trash on that because I'm doing what they could be doing, but since they're not doing it, people are going to me instead of them. Real people. So they go ahead and go look up subbots, viewbots for people to watch them. And the more numbers, the more people will watch the video. It's kind of a fact, and it's something that I sometimes do. Because if it has views, then it matters. Right? Right? Numbers matter. Statistics. I'll just leave y'all with one question. You know what? Screw that question. Mess that question. I wish and hope the best for every single one of you, and I really hope you move on from back then in the past. But to think that this is all over video games, you guys really need to grow up and do something. Because if it's still going to be about video games years later, if you're still going to obsess and you're still going to be in my comments,
it just shows that your brain has not fully developed.
You guys need to do something with your life instead of being in my comments, because this is really showing that firstly, YouTube doesn't do anything about their platforms. If YouTube ain't, I will. Secondly, y'all are really still talking about stuff that happened years ago. Have you not progressed in your life that you're still stuck in the past? Have you not done anything recently that makes you forget about that stuff that you messed up on? That's your fault. You have not done a single thing to get farther in life, so yet you're coming back to me. So, you out of here. Thanos snap. Truthfully, though, I wish and hope the best for all y'all, and hope y'all will figure out something that isn't going to my channel and spamming it over and over again, because I've said it before, I don't care. I didn't care then, I don't care now. It's not going to change anything except make you madder and madder and make you more stressed and sad. That's all that's going to do. So when you really make all those decisions, really think if it's worth it in the end, if it's worth it just in general, or you're getting anything out of it. Because if you're not, then just don't do it at all. Your decisions are going to meet. This isn't decisions that's going to affect you and help you. This is decisions you're trying to affect me with. And it's not going to do anything, and it hasn't for years. It hasn't since X Deadlies. It hasn't since before that, but mainly everybody's mad at X Deadlies for whatever reason. But yet, I have yet to see a single video on explaining why that would be making sense until there's something that's out. This video is out to just stop all of that. And I know some of it's going to continue. I know some of it's going to keep happening. I don't really care. It's just this video is going to be here to try to let the people know. To try to let them know the real facts, what's going on, the real story, and just so people are updated. So if y'all see people in my chat or the comments, y'all will know what's going on. And then also to keep y'all informed about all of this stupid stuff and how embarrassing it is. Don't go attack these people. Don't go attack their channels. I hope all you will do good. I hope y'all have a grand legendary day. But if any of you decide you want to change your mind and do what you should do, and then start want to be friends again, we can start there. Hit me up on Twitter DMs. Once again, if you have something you want to say, my Twitter DMs are open. I know all of you have Twitter, so there's no excuses why none of you guys should go to Twitter and let me know what's happening. It's always open, so just don't be scared. Don't use a fake account. Just straight up go there and then be like, hey, you know what, I'm sorry, you're right. I saw your video. And most people nowadays for sure wouldn't do that because of how it is nowadays. But you know what, just hopefully one of them will listen and then move on with their life.
If you want advice to get women, just let me know. Because even if your friends themselves can make up with me and they can, even want to collaborate with me, there shouldn't be a reason why you don't want to. But I mean, if you want to get some women, let me know. Because Sky and Haley, I don't know what happened to them. But like, if you need some advice, bro, to keep them next time, let me know, because I don't want you losing any more than the one you got right now. If you want someone that actually gets women and knows how to treat a woman, then let your boy know. Like, this kid comes back repeatedly over and over to dislike my videos, him and the obese one, and so much effort he puts in to try to show that he dislikes me. But again, we haven't hanged out since 2016, so why is he on my dick? And then on top of that, he wants to make these videos but not put it on his main channel when it's most obviously him. So I feel like even he knows ain't nobody care except him and the obese one. So I don't know. I think they're having an identity crisis. I think they're dyslexic and they don't know what they're doing. But I mean, coming back to the channel, coming back is good way of showing support. So I mean, thanks for the support. Without you, people wouldn't know how embarrassing your life is and humiliating, how much you humiliate yourself. They wouldn't know who you are otherwise, or actually, let me rephrase that. They wouldn't know how much of a joke you are if it weren't for me showing them you and your channel and all that. But yeah, I'm not gonna give this any more attention, because I mean, there's nothing to say here. I mean, they can keep coming back and disliking videos. It's just gonna keep proving me that I'm the better person and I'm the adult in the situation, and I'm matured. I'm not a kid anymore, but this kid has not grown at all. He's still a kid. That's why he's still like playing fucking video game. Like, oh my god, bro, he's such a kid. This dude works at Walmart. He's a stalker at Walmart. He's a stalker in real life, and he's a stalker at Walmart. This dude acting like he's making all these decisions, but he ain't even socializing. Come on, my boy. You working in the back, and you ain't even talking to people. Hop off my dick. You said you moved on, right? And people are saying you fully moved on, but you still making videos. How are you stupid? I want to start off this video by saying, and this is going to sound kind of weak, because, like, really? Do I have to explain myself? Because I could do the content however I want it. I don't have to. I have made mistakes in the past. Humans make mistakes. Even anything else that isn't human, everything makes mistakes. Even AI makes mistakes. I've grown since then. I've accepted my mistakes. I've accepted and admitted when it is my fault and when I've done anything related to that. So I just want to say before I watch this channel, because there is some times that people might get mad at me, but I just wanted to let them know and let everybody know, whether you listen or not, it's always been, I wanted to make everyone laugh, everyone smile, everyone happy. And if none of my content does that to you or for you, then you should not be on the content, and you should watch something that is doing that for you and will do that for you, and something that you enjoy. And this is my most popular channel besides the one I'm currently on, the homie ZXinfinite, when I was playing the character X Deadlies, and that is the channel I'm going to be looking at the content today. And I decided I wanted to do that while I'm going for the Orion camo on Modern Warfare 2 right now. Of course, if you're interested, I just wanted to preface that and let y'all know, if you don't enjoy the content, then it's not made for you. The main reason that I wanted to make content also is because I wanted to create hilarious content, and I'm an entertainer, I'm a comedian, I'm a creator, I'm a content creator, I'm an influencer, and I'm entrepreneur. Those are just a few things that I am. I'm a director, I'm an actor, I'm a musician, I'm a music artist. There's things I can go on and on. I'm a gamer. I wouldn't really say I'm a gamer, I'm a pro gamer, but or best gamer. All I know is, if you a pro player, how you gonna lose 3-0?
Deadlies is out, and have a great day, guys.
For whatever reason, the recording of me beating him in a 1v1, although not only do I remember it, but I think Hawk recorded it and deleted that video. Not I think. If the 1v1 between me and him happened, then he deleted that video. For sure he deleted it. I mean, who really even cares in the first place? It's a video game. A cooking show. And I'm gonna have a food and drink review. Don't attack any of these people. Don't witch hunt. Don't freaking go on their channel and start hating on them. For someone who says they make original content, Let's Plays ain't original. This is 2022. If you're found using bots, and this is also to YouTube, so please check this channel for bots and fake accounts, because there is evidence and proof on this channel, and I would highly recommend that you do something about this channel named Hawk. Spam like their videos, and that's been going against the guidelines and harassing me and bullying me in my chat, even from the same person here or from someone else that should not be on the platform. Is that a Z? Hold on. Is that a Z? Is that the homie ZXinfinite? Hold on. This guy wants to talk trash, but then go back to videos that he's done with me. And then on top of that, he's going to go to my channel after this. But he also talks to this person that has not knew him as long as I have. And on top of that, he didn't even know the situation. He doesn't know anything about it. And he's just talking trash on me to his friend that doesn't know anything. So he just nervously laughs. And we're on Twitter at the homies X710. Funny how I can instantly go into detail and instantly think of this stuff. Because, you know, it's something I've done. And I'm also finished with saying this over and over again and repeating myself and saying how much stuff that I did and owned and wrote and stuff that I've done in my life. And it's very sad that I even have to make this video and do all this. And obviously I don't have to. This is the last one. No more. I'm done with editing videos about this. I'm done with wasting my life about a situation that someone will not move on for
almost 7 years now. It's going to be the 7th year next year if they're still talking about this. And I'm done. I do not want to be friends with you, Josh. Josh, move on. Seriously, bro. Live your own life and stop trying to get back into mine. I don't care if you steal the name Empire. You can have it in your clan. I don't care about the gamer tag. I made it back in 2014 as an alt. I don't care. Keep the name if you really want it that bad. I don't even care. There's your permission. There. You won't have to let people know and admit that I made the gamer tag for you, because guess what? I just gave you permission to have it. Wow, congratulations. Big celebration. Big day for you.
I just want to say it here right now, right here, as I'm finishing this video. I could care less if he uses the gamer tag. I know I've said that it's fine at first, and then I'm like, nah, he doesn't deserve it. And then I'm here right now saying that he can use it. The overall grand scheme of things, it does not matter, because if he didn't use it, pretty much no one would be using it. So, not even really thinking about it, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it to him, because it just always will go back to something that I made based off my first gamer tag, so it will make me uncomfortable. But I mean, truly, it does not matter to me at all. I don't mind. If it makes him feel better, if that's what really he wants to do and he wants to use, then I don't mind at all. So from this point forward, I'm not changing anything. Then again, this is the last video I'm doing on this, for real, like this time. You can use the Alpha Shadowhawk or Hawk gamer tag. I think that Alpha Shadowhawk name is way better, in my opinion. But I feel like if he's doing clan stuff and teams and stuff like that, competitive, I mean, Hawk is a decent shortened down version. I mean, AS Hawk wouldn't be that bad, or Ash, but up to him. The thing is, I find it to be very straightforward. When I say they don't deserve to be on the platform, if you go against the guidelines and you don't abide by the guidelines, it's very straightforward. If you can't follow the rules, then they shouldn't be on the platform. I don't get what's so hard to understand about that.
That's it. Other than that, if you keep copying my content, again, this is what this whole purpose of the video is. It is going against guidelines. You're ruining the platform. You're spamming it. You're making generic content. There's a lot of reasons why you need to just stop what you're doing. And I'm done with it. I'm done with this. I'm straight done with this, man. I'm done with it. Say what you want, feel how you feel. Make how many videos you want to make how many live streams you want to make. But this is the last thing I'm talking about in this whole thing. This whole thing done after this video. He doesn't get that. He still thinks we're friends. So that's the thing that just I don't really get. Because, you know, I'm having a good time. It's New Year's. I'm trying to celebrate with my family. I'm trying to relax, play some video games. And then this dude wants to hop on my shit again on some bullshit 2 years later when I made a video from back then. And I'll look at that in a minute. From 2018. This dude's been starting just years after I'm not friends with him. Years after he moved across the states. And he still is on some bullshit. Still. I was handling the clan. I was handling my business. People are saying I'm a bad influence. If I'm such a bad influence, how come you are still doing clans? How come you are still doing YouTube? How come you still are doing Call of Duty if I'm a bad influence? Because if that's bad influence, then obviously they didn't raise you right, and obviously they don't care about you at all. Be yourself. Just straight up. Just be yourself, and don't let anybody tell you different or anything like that. But anyways. And he doesn't get that. And look at this. 4 years ago. This was after Deadlies versus Thanos. Oh shoot. Whoops. Not this one. Oh, whoops and whoops. Here we go. Benzino is writing his stuff to frickin' M, and they got that going on. And frickin' Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj got that going on, and they're writing back, and shots are frickin' getting fired in both directions. Maybe not as equal, but still shots getting fired one way or the other. And it's funny that they could do that, but the person I did my roast track to, not a diss track, so it's not the same like exact thing as these two situations, because it's a roast track, not a diss track. But still, I have not gotten a response from the person or people it was did on.
And I haven't even got a diss track on me. I haven't got anything on me. So I don't know who the frick. I think they just know that I'm unstoppable. Like, let's just keep it realistic. I feel like they just know. They know, huh? They just know. Like let's just be real. They just know exactly I'm the lyrical master. It's not even hard. Like, you don't even need a studio. If you got a microphone and you have a freaking computer, that's all you need to make a response. I mean, none of them are warranting responses. None of them are like asking for a response. Those roast tracks that I did, none of those are, you know, really in terms of that or trying to go for that. I'm the best freaking rapper out here, and I don't even specifically rap. Like, I have my own unique style, and I can out rap every single one of them. I make music. I don't just like rap and or sing, and I've already made a video talking about that. But just overall, how am I like completely obliterate all the people that were the roast tracks about, and nothing came out of it. This isn't like, oh, no one's responded, okay, well, now respond. It's not nothing like that. I'm just talking about the facts here, and everybody knows and agrees. I mean, they've all seen it, and if you haven't seen the roast tracks, I'll link that in the description below too. But now, like, I beat them in gaming. Now I freaking beat them in rap, and so there's like, what else is there left to do? And again, it's not a diss track. It's not like, I don't know. You guys know what I'm trying to say.
So just so everybody knows, if you critique this guy, if you talk about him whatsoever, no matter what it's about, he will send people after you and say that he hopes that you don't get hurt, and he'll make hours of long videos about you, talk trash, and hope you don't succeed, and he's just a terrible person overall. That's why I call him a piece of no good
Check Robbins, I can beat the fuck out of you with the bottom of my little finger. You didn't have balls, and he's supposed to be babyface.
Because he's an immature child that can't accept criticism and won't get his life together, so he gets mad at everybody that's trying to help him. I bet you that's why he stopped going to therapy, because his therapist tried to help him, and he's acting like this. Oh, and you hear that, YouTube? Someone's starting to make threats to me now, and you're gonna allow it. Nice. You're allowing this on the platform. Keep in mind, this is something that I reported to you a while ago, and you guys haven't got back to me, so now that he actually threatened me, love how you're gonna allow him to break more TOS and go against more guidelines. I guess I gotta get all my children, and I guess your mom's included. Come on guys, let's move on. You guys can do it. Come on. Gotta treat him like a dog or a freaking animal. Maybe that'll work.
For this one, I might have it on in the next shot. I want to start it off with the most important parts, and I'll be talking about whatever after. Back in the times of 2016 and before that, I used to be a very big fan of FaZe Clan. They were my first inspiration to start playing Call of Duty the way I played it back then, and I originally used to play the game normally, how the game was, and then I started sniping and doing other things because of FaZe Clan. Trick-shotting, going for feeds, etc. It just so happened to be around that time when I was friends with Josh, so I ended up showing him YouTube, Call of Duty, FaZe Clan, etc. He then started watching them. I started also showing him someone that I stayed up overnight to watch, because he was one of my favorite YouTubers, not just FaZe members, not just YouTubers, but one of my favorite people to watch, and in general, he's just a cool person overall. And then, all of a sudden, he went from Legend of Zelda liking green because of Zelda. I don't think he actually had a favorite color before Legend of Zelda and FaZe Jev. I'll get into that second one in a second. And then, after liking green, he started liking FaZe Jev's color of his headphones and headsets, which is, of course, pink. Now, for Section 2's colors, I was going to originally put
pink and red because, you know, my favorite color back then was red. You know, Daredevil shirt going on here. But anyways, because another one of my favorite characters in general. Then I was like, wait, what if I put it to green because that's the color he actually likes? And it's not because I like FaZe Jev and I don't like how he's disrespecting the homie FaZe Jev. That's whatever. I seriously could care less about that. And pretty much the same for Legend of Zelda, for him liking Link's color and green and all that. I could seriously care less. It's not about nothing. It's not about comparison or anything like that. It's not because I like it. I don't like that. He likes it. Whatever. Me and him both like Legend of Zelda, Minecraft, Call of Duty, and FaZe Jev. So that's whatever. But on this section, I do want to say, when did he start liking pink? I want to know everybody that's been friends with him, if they know the answer. I want to know everybody that's knew about when he started liking pink. Did he start liking it when he moved to that new state? Is that what all those people from that state and everybody he met then, after 2016, are going to say? Are they going to say, no, he likes green? How come he likes green? Now, moving alongside that, going into the gamer tag. The infamous incident that apparently he knows so much about. I made a gamer tag, in my very first one in 2013 was Elite Killer Blade. I was a fan of illlShot and LEA back when LEA did Call of Duty. That's what I was both watching and inspiration to play. I then found FaZe Clan right after. But those two were my first inspirations to play Call of Duty. And then illlShot was really the one that I was watching the most besides FaZe Clan. Although LEA was not bad, by 2018 I definitely stopped watching him because of Fortnite. That's pretty self-explanatory for some of the people that enjoy that or whatever the sort. The next thing, though, was after I made Elite Killer Blade, I had a little bit of a thing about making alternate gamer tags and stuff like that. And it just so happened that I decided to make another gamer tag, and I wanted to make it similar but different because I was just weird like that. And what did I come up with? Elite Killer Blade. I was thinking of another word that's like elite, and of course I got elite from illlShot and both the Call of Duty Elite thing that was happening in Modern Warfare 3 when I was playing that game. That was my first Call of Duty game, and first time playing online multiplayer. That was the first game I played, and it's just incredible to see that, you know, after playing Call of Duty for so long and just seeing that Call of Duty and even realizing and now knowing that Call of Duty was my first multiplayer game that I played online with other people, and it's really cool to see. I also was thinking about another cool thing like killer, and just kind of like a synonym, I guess you could say. And this is something that I made. It's not like Vince McMahon making a gimmick for WWE or someone else making a gimmick and then someone else using it or taking it for themselves without no permission and copyright and all that. That's exactly what this situation is. Sure.
I do absolutely want to clarify for people to understand what I meant by earlier when I said that he can now have the gamer tag. Doesn't mean that he deserves it. Yes, like I said, it doesn't mean that he deserves it. It also does not mean that he made it. It also doesn't mean that he had permission to use it. He never had permission. It was never his. I've never gave it to him until right now. I made my decision in 2024 after how many years of having that gamer tag? 11 years after creating that gamer tag. Well, probably about a decade now after creating that gamer tag. I finally made my decision. I let him use it when he came over to play Call of Duty with me because it was an alternate account I had. And since then, he just thought that it was his or whatever. I might have said back then in Origins he can use it. Sure. For the clan, sure. But if he's going to act the way he is now and if he's just going to completely do a whole turnaround, that's obviously why he doesn't deserve it. Just because he's using the gamer tag that I made doesn't mean that it's his. And that's just the truth of it. But yes, I just now in 2024 gave him a permission to use it. Sure. But it doesn't mean that it was his. It never was. It was created on PlayStation, not Xbox, as he still plays to this day.
And what I mean by this situation is not exactly every detail that I just said, so calm the frick down. Stop typing in the comments. What I mean exactly is by I never gave permission for someone else to use something that I made. And is it copyrighted? No. Is it branded by him? No. Does he have a brand? No. But again, like, I'll get into that stuff later on. But I just wanted to start it off with the important things that are the most important. And he can go into DMs and see that I said that I'd let him have it, or this or that, or any other videos or evidence or whatever. Well, this is the decision right here that I've been standing by. And I have not let him have it. He doesn't deserve it, and that is not the exact reason. It's because I'm saying no, he cannot use it. And I'm the one who made it. Go ahead. Go on. Ask him. Ask him where he got the name from. Ask him where he got pink from. I guarantee you that it's going to be the same answer as, like I said, when I said he liked the color green. It's going to be the same answers that I've already said. And then Blade, I liked the, you know those bot names, like Zero was one of my favorite bot names when he went against bots in Call of Duty. Hawk was also one of them. So it's funny that he's named after a bot, so I guess it's not that far off. And I mean, if you want to look into technicalities of it, that would be my alternate gamer tag being me. That would be the bot, because it's my alternate gamer tag. You could say, sure, whatever, but it's an alternate gamer tag. It's just one that I might use sometimes. It's not actually like the one I grind on, like, say, X Deadlies, or frickin' Blizzard X Plasma, one of my older ones, or frickin' the homies X710. Stuff like that I grind on. Sure, you could say that, and it would make sense, but for those gamer tags that are like alternate gamer tags, and you can ask anybody that makes an alternate gamer tag, is that their main grind? No. Is that, you know, are they using it for main reasons and grinding on that account only, or whatever? Not all the time, and mostly, no. You can even ask Kintor about that if you want to go back to CGS. And Royals if you really want. Dark Mario. No, I'm just kidding. That's just, oh gosh, I'm not even going to get into that. So, Elite Killer Blade, Alpha Shadow Hawk. It only makes sense. And how am I getting into detail about this? If also, I'm the one who made it. So how am I wrong about something? And I'm not going to, like, argue with people. I'm not going to tell people that they're wrong about saying that he made the gamer tag or someone else did or this and that. I'm not going to argue about anything. Like, this video, whatever I say in this video, I'm not going to argue about. I'm not going to, like, tell people, yo, you're wrong about that and this and this and that. I mean, if it's anybody that's outside of this situation, then they don't count and they can't have an opinion on it. So that's goes for the guy from Section 1. That goes from anybody else besides me and Joshua. Because, again, this is a situation that goes to me and him, and that's as far as it extends. Not even his parents, because they don't know nothing about gaming. They don't know nothing about branding. They don't know nothing about any of this stuff. You don't see my mom or dad in here, do you? You don't see any of my family in here, do you? You don't see Princess Undead, which she would have a lot to show if she was on this. A lot to say. And JJ Orange, I don't even know. There's probably stuff that happened with him that he probably doesn't even mention, because it's just, you know, it's like that. And sure, him and Joshua could have been friends, whatever. That's cool. Good for them. They might even talk right now. Have I seen Joshua over here? No. The only people that I see JJ brings over are freaking chicks. So, like, I'm just saying, JJ Orange, I don't know what the frick kind of grind he's on, but he's getting females out there. And one thing to say about JJ Orange, if he was one of my friends, I would say my friend says he gets females, but nah, my brother gets frickin' females, and that's the truth of it. I mean, pretty much both brothers get the frickin' females. I mean, let's just keep it realistic. We get it from our dad. We get it from the hereditary, you know, we get it from the frickin' blood and DNA. That's really the truth of it, but going back into everything else, we get it from the Faja, the father. But that's just a large misconception a lot of people are apparently agreeing with, and I guess making up, and really the only person making it up is Joshua, who for whatever reason just can't admit that he didn't make it, and he can't admit where he gets the pink color from, and it's very obvious. I can read the guy like a book. It's freaking obvious. Like, you can't hide the fact of what's the facts. There's just no other way around it. I pretty much just broke down his brand and his freaking username or whatever he wants to go by in less than 10 minutes. I don't even think half that. So, I mean, with that information, do with that information as you will. But I feel like those are the largest misconceptions that I really want to get out of the way, and also the fact that he calls me a brother or a friend, or he says a lot of stuff about me. And to clear that up, we didn't get to be friends because he didn't get to spend that much time around me, and we didn't be homies and spend a lot of time, being friends. So that's out of the question. We were never friends. He doesn't know anything, barely, slightly, ever so slightly knows about me,
2016,
and the stuff that I do,
mind you.
and all that stuff. He doesn't basically know anything about me. Whatever he says, I'm just gonna say, believe it or not, do with that information as you will, as I said, and just go with your own opinion on things. Don't just, what the frick is going on there? Oh, I guess I just never noticed that. That's very interesting. Okay, I just noticed something on my freaking PC. My bad. Moving on to everything else, I just wanted to clear those up right away and at the get-go, because I need everybody to know, and I want everybody to know the facts that everybody could put together with the research. But I mean, it's completely fine because I just did it in less than 15 minutes, so you're welcome. At least that's how much I've been recording. I bet you it's going to be way less than that, but still, this crown is poking me.
Ex-Deadlies, though, there was a lot of stuff where I could not concentrate and focus on, and there was a lot of stuff going on with my personal life. So yes, at that time when I was Ex-Deadlies and any time before, there was a lot of stuff that I might have been out of control on, and I might have made mistakes. And going back to, back then with me and Joshua, sure, yes, sure, I might have been a little over-exaggerated. And when I was leading the clan, I really wanted him to hit clips, and I was just like, bro, come on, son. But, like, in kind of a rude way, instead of how it was kind of funny right there. But I feel like because we didn't get to be friends, he couldn't understand and didn't know that I was, being kind of like joking about it, and I wasn't that serious. Like, I just really at least wanted him to try. And I wasn't around him enough to know he was trying to hit clips, or like if he couldn't hit clips,
and his parents wouldn't let us hang out, and I wouldn't have known what he was doing wrong or what to help him in, and give him more tips and tricks and teach him more of the formula that I worked with and all the stuff that I did, because once again, we never got to be friends. We never hanged out that much. So he thinks that I taught him all this stuff. He for some reason thinks I taught him so much stuff for some reason. All I told him was how to reload faster. When you see, like, this is it, and I've already said it before, like, once you see the number of how much bullets are in your freaking magazine while you're reloading, because the reload animation is a full animation, but there's a point, that last point that you can insta swap, double YY, double triangle. I don't even know what the frick it is on PC. You could do that, and you can stop the animation, and you can instantly start shooting, and you can go crazy. And I mean, like, I think it's, something that you could do while trick shotting, but it's something that I learned a while ago. I might have learned it on a YouTube video, or I might have just learned it myself. I feel like I might have learned it myself, but it could have been a YouTube video. I don't know. It doesn't matter either way, because I taught him basically that, and then maybe like a couple of other things, and I really mean like 2 or 3 other things, and that's it. This guy is acting like he's a really good player because of me and all of this, but it's not because of anything. No matter how many videos he watches, we've all seen the 300 subscriber montage. We've all seen what came out after. All those clips that he's apparently hitting and clipping and uploading, that's what he's doing now. And that's courtesy of him. The couple of things that I taught him, he ain't even doing nowadays. So it's not even courtesy of me. I mean, sure, maybe the fact that he's making content on YouTube, doing YouTube, and watching YouTube and using it as that much, and even playing Call of Duty, sure, that's courtesy of me. And so is those couple tricks that he might do while making content. But regardless, that's just that's that, man.
What was going on in his personal life, and I know what was going on, and I know he said some stuff that's about my personal life and this and that, and he said a lot of stuff, but
But I'm not gonna go out here and be like, oh, but this is what happened. Like, if I really wanted to, I can say everything and spill the beans, but no, whatever the case may be. But firstly, there's not really much that happened that I've seen or been around and stuff like that. Secondly, we haven't been around enough to be friends, and there's just not really much that would make sense, because I kind of care about him as a friend. I want him as a friend, but he doesn't understand that because of other people's opinions and other people like changing his mind about me and saying all these things and thinking of the worst, like very pessimistic and thinking of the absolute worst. And I feel like a lot of these people are just doing just that. They're not thinking about everything, and so I have to be the one to come out here and be like, yo, children. No, I'm just kidding. But like, yo, this is how it's really freaking going if you really look at the whole thing. And I mean, like, the only situation I can really speak for in terms of like certain things is me and Josh, because he's actually been around me. He's been in my life a little bit, enough where it makes sense if he wants to say some stuff slightly, because I mean, he knows a tiny bit about me. But it doesn't mean that I'm the same exact person as I was. It doesn't mean that, you know, it still would make sense, especially if he's saying nonsense. But again, I'll get into that later. But my point is still my point. If this is on the platform and YouTube's doing nothing about it, then that's exactly why I get people messaging me all the time. That's exactly why I get people telling me, why isn't YouTube doing anything about it? And they're just like, well, all you could do, one of them told me, all you could do is just wait for YouTube. Wait for YouTube to respond or contact them yourself. And I'm like, I'm not going to put in that much time. If I've been around the platform for over a decade, they know of me. They know of me. I mean, I've been on the platform. There's proof of each of my channels. The problem is, not a lot of the content is still up on YouTube for my own reasons. So, I mean, there's not much that can be done there. But moving on, they letting the video that Bird did continue, and I'll get into that and I'll break that down soon, because there's no purpose for any of these 5 videos that I'm going to count, including every video that's been done so far, trying to get at me as a person for no reason at all. All 5 of these videos have no purpose, no critiquing, no points, no actual proof or evidence, no point in being on a platform. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's stuff that anybody with a sense of humor will enjoy if they watch my content. It's very, very straightforward things to take off these freaking channels off the platform because they're not providing anything for the platform. So why are they existing if they're going against guidelines and all that? And that's the thing that I've been trying to tell YouTube. They're okay with it though. They want people to break their rules, you know. They have rules that they don't even care about. And from the screenshots, this was after the video where he was visibly really angry at me for no reason at all, and he was really mad. So what I'm trying to wonder is if he was cool with me at the time, after he made that video where he wasn't, and for the longest time he wasn't, and then we talked it out and we were fine until December 2022, if everything was good then, how come he blocked me? Because it seemed like him himself made the opinion to not block me, be chill, and we talked it out and everything, we were fine. The last conversation we have. So, who made him change his mind? Who convinced him and told him that it was a bad idea to talk to me? Who else, I think, is the best thing to say. There's only one person who would be his mom or parent. Who else would be the reason to tell him that I'm a bad person that's believable, that's at least been around me enough not to know me, because none of them do? It would be his parents, because if anybody else told him that it was a bad idea or anything bad, that I'd be bad to be around or talk to or anything like that, if it was bad apparently, it would be his parents. That was his decision. And that's the exact problem. He's letting other people do his decisions for him. That's what I'm talking about. He needs to make his own decisions for himself for the first time, become an adult, and stop being manipulated, because it's toxic.
The people around him are toxic. They're manipulating him. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And it sucks. Because if he thought for himself for 1 second, I think things would be widely different. Completely different. I don't think it's an adult thing. When he claims responsibility and accountability and he becomes an adult, and the first step of doing that is thinking for himself and thinking about things before doing, that's the best. Because I want to be friends with this guy. He seems to think that I see him as an enemy and I'm trying to go out to get him and all these things. And even with the roast tracks and barely anything roasting him, he's already saying that he wants me to get hurt this year. Like, why are you putting so much effort into something that doesn't matter? Why are you blocking me and then talking trash? Why are you hiding behind screens?
It's so weird. He'll put a lot of effort into that and getting at me, but he'll put so much effort in the stuff that I got him into, like Call of Duty. He'll put so much effort into that, and YouTube, something else I got him into, he'll put so much effort into that. Don't worry about that plate. He'll put so much effort into all of that. But yet, when it comes to going after someone he doesn't know, because he's so stressed about me trying to help him, and he's thinking all of these nightmares happen that he has about me, because it's so weird that someone's so mad at someone they don't know. I can never get his mindset. How do you feel any type of emotion toward anyone you don't know, except friendship because of the stuff in common and the stuff that and the memories we had? How do you feel anything, any type of emotion, unless gay, because he's gay and homo?
Why can't we be men and adults about this? Because he says he's an adult and he wants to move on from this and that he's moved on. Then how come he has me blocked and he's still talking about me? Think about it for a sec. It's simple common sense. It's not taking accountability, not thinking for himself, and he's going off of other people's opinions and everything from other people. He's not thinking for himself. That's the exact problem. That's why, if anything has changed about him, it's worse than it was back then. That's the only thing that's different. I don't think he's grown as a person or anything because he's not thinking for himself, and he's a very toxic person because of the toxic environments he's been in and the toxic people he's been around and letting do his choices for him, because he is not thinking for himself. And it really sucks, because this is the type of person that he told me he didn't like. He told me he would get bullied in school. He told me all these things, and he became the exact person he didn't like. He became his own worst enemy.
Let's just say he threatened me from that video. Is he going to put in the money and all of that effort because he's addicted to me, because he's obsessed with me? Is he going to put all that money and effort to use gas to go all the way down across the states, all the way, to go to where I'm at, and then have me blocked and then not go anywhere because he has me blocked? So how could anything happen when right now he would be saying that, oh, I'm going to go to frickin' that town or whatever and I'm going to hurt you? Like, how, bro? You haven't got your license or a vehicle yet, and you're making threats to people, and you're going to drive across the states. You're going to drive, like, anywhere in the United States to go fight them. The things he puts his effort into, bro, are, like, all useless and worthless. But the thing is with that is it's funny because he has the time to do this. He doesn't do anything special for work. He doesn't do anything special for content creation. What he puts his time into, he doesn't put it into the things that matters most for what path he wants to go for what things he wants to do. He's just doing what his friends is telling him to do. He's just doing, the generic things. He's not moved above that basic level. If he stayed with me, he would be doing so much more and doing a lot of things. He would have probably been done with all the games he wanted to play. He probably would have been done hitting clips, and we would have got team tosses out. And even if we didn't do clans and we stopped the whole clan thing, he would have done so much more than he'd be at right now. But yet, what he's doing right now, as I see it and as I see fit, it is not the move. It is not something that is gonna gain the traction that he thinks he deserves, that he puts himself on this pedestal, but no, nothing to back that up. It's just, it boggles my mind. The fact that he puts himself so high, but he hasn't made one video, not one live stream, not one freaking short, not one thing out where it's like, oh shoot, this dude got some potential. It's all just stuff that FaZe Clan did years ago. Montages and clan things and gameplays of Minecraft without anything added to it. And update videos, there's nothing there. And he can go off this video and be in like, oh, that's what I gotta do? Alright. And he can do that if he wants. You know, that, whatever. Do what you will, because I don't doubt that he'll watch the video. But I'm already done with this whole thing. I've already said that. But I don't think it's going to help him enough when I say this type of stuff, and then he hears this part, and then he's like, oh, that's all I had to do to... No, it's not that easy. But I'm going to just say good luck to that. I'm not saying his content is the worst content on the platform. It's kind of bad. But, I mean, it could be improved. And there's so much things that I could tell him that he could work on so he can actually get to that level. But as is right now, I think I'm just going to let him learn himself, because that's probably what he wants to do. And there's probably definitely a lot worse content on the platform. But for what it is, it's just kind of bad. It's not terrible, but it definitely could use a lot of work, for sure. But it definitely isn't at the level that he puts himself on that pedestal of. He says that his content is to that standard. Truth be told, he has not hit any standard. He hasn't even hit the basic level, if we're really being real about this. And if we're all just gonna say it how it is and call it how it is, that's the truth. All I'm saying is there's gotta be something that he could do. If he's this ambitious about all this, if he's this dedicated, there has to be at least one thing he's good at. And just like everyone else, I have not seen it yet. Because I'm sure I'm not the only person that you've had, like, whatever thing that you think you have with people with. The only difference is I've moved on past it back in 2016. So it's kind of sad to see someone go so far to prove a point that isn't even a point, for one. And for two, it's just like, what are you going to get out of it? Oh, you fight him, knock him out, make a video, whatever you want to do. Alright, at the end of the day, what are you getting? But what are you getting? You can't beat the guy on YouTube in numbers or anything like that. You can't beat him in gaming. You can't beat him in music. And him, as in me, so if he ever did that to me, oh, like that happened. He brought like 10 people with him. But he said he's going to do it himself. But just like I feel like 2018, he's going to bring all these people with him. Guarantee it. I don't even got to put money on it. I don't even got to bet it. I didn't even got to guarantee it. Because he's not confident enough. Like, let's just keep it realistic. That's just who he is. He scared me. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Weird person. Mentally ill. Needs some help. Needs actual therapy. And mental institution if he keeps continuing it. But I already called some people, so. It's your birthday, so you're moving on now? Is that... I hope that's a present you're giving me. It's not my birthday. That already happened. Like, I had a response video to that, like, 30-minute video he did, and I accidentally deleted it. By accident. But to be completely real, you know, when I look at the whole thing, and we haven't been friends, really anything close to that, really just acquaintances in general. But since 2016, I look at what he posts now, and most of that stuff we have in common, or we both like, and it's games that we would both even used to play, like Call of Duty and Minecraft. So I just, to me, it doesn't make any sense to me why he would decide to, like, not be friends. We have more stuff in common than I bet you everybody he knows.
calling people his brothers and stuff and that, and saying that they helped him. Not a single person has got him into esports, YouTube, Call of Duty. Not a single person has created a gamer tag for him and did all of that and even mentored him, gave him tips and tricks like I did. No one has done this stuff for him as much as I did. He's still using that gamer tag. He's still playing Call of Duty. He's still playing Minecraft. I didn't get him into Minecraft. He played Minecraft. If anybody got someone into Minecraft, it's JJ Orange to me. Regardless of that, like, he is playing and doing these things now because of me. And if it was a bad influence for me, for influencing him apparently to do these things.
And it's really weird, which is really weird also, that it could very well just be that he likes those things just like I do. If anybody shows anybody something, they might like it. That's how his parents got shown stuff. They might have gotten shown stuff, and because of their friends or because of, you know, other people, they might have started liking things because of that. So how's it any different with me? Especially when my parents probably had the same, and even my family members, his family members, probably had the same situation. So how is it any different because it's me? How do they not like me when they don't even know me? It's so weird, bro. Like, they all gay. Probably wouldn't doubt that they're gay for me, fucking homos.
And he's still allowed to do it free of charge. Then it's like, why am I still being involved anyways? I don't talk to him. He has me blocked. So, if that part's out of the question and he has me blocked, why is it still being posted? Why is these things that haven't happened in years still being posted? Doesn't add up. Doesn't make no sense to me. I haven't have anyone blocked. I'm not mad. Anybody can be mad at me for whatever reason. Joshua can be mad at me when he doesn't even know me. I don't even know him like that. So, if he wants to keep going around and telling people about me, these things that he thinks he knows about me, that's cool with me. I'm not going to stop him. I'm not going to force anybody to stop what they're doing. But if they're going to go out there and talk about me like they know me, at least know what you're talking about. At least don't have me blocked if you want to talk about me. If you want to get to know me, to talk about me, unblock me. Like, why are you talking about me? You don't know me. And I don't know you. You don't see me talking about you on every one of my streams, Twitch streams even. You don't see me making 30-minute videos talking about all these things and how this and this happened with no proof or evidence. You don't see me talk about these things because it's things that people didn't ask about. They didn't want to know. So why are you telling people that didn't ask about me or never had me in their life or no connection to me whatsoever, even your family included? Why are you telling them about me? I feel like I'm only going to make one video on this entire thing publicly. I think it's just time for the world to know, because I know for a fact that he's spreading a lot of misinformation out there. And I think it's highly unprofessional, unnecessary. I think it makes him look like a bad person and trying to make me look like a bad person. And I think it's just highly unnecessary for him to go out there and say these things and say that he has all these people behind him and sponsors, and he's gonna upload a video like that and no one says anything. The video's still up. So I'm feeling like he's not in therapy. I'm feeling like the people around him are bad influences. I'm feeling like he don't got a job. I'm feeling like he don't got a vehicle. I'm feeling like he's not doing these things he's saying he's doing. And a lot more, because why is he going out there telling people about this stuff when I haven't even been around him since 2016? I think it's a little silly though, because I can push one of their buttons, but they can't push mine. It's just kind of funny. And I ain't talking about Joshua. Yeah, I don't know how to make memories. You know, that's just the most facts. In the same video, the only way to make memories, I'll take notes, you know, off that video. The only way to make memories is to hope people are unsuccessful in life, and then go back and say that I hope they're successful, and then go back and say stuff hoping that they're unsuccessful, and then call them dumb idiot, call them stupid. I'm gonna have to take like hard notes on this. I feel like getting a grasp on life and understanding things is a little bit too hard and to have a level of understanding to do. So I'm going to lower the bar for a little bit and just try to tell you what I've been trying to tell you before, but this time I really mean it when I say no one cares. Move on. I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't care about you. I have not cared about you pretty much at all. I've never really cared about you as a person, because how would I care about someone I don't know? Let's just be real. I don't know you, Joshua, so why do you expect me to care that it's your birthday? Oh, I uploaded some video on your birthday? Why should I care if you have me blocked and you don't want to be friends with me and you don't care about me? Why should I care that it was your birthday? Like, bro, you're inconsistent. You're not paying attention to the stuff you say. You're not making up your mind. You go one way and then you say, oh, it has to go this way. This is what I'm talking about, narcissism and egotistical. There's so many examples of this. If someone were to go out there and do research on his channel and his personality and himself, you'll notice that it's going to be like that. And one of the biggest things also is he says that I'm supposed to care that it's his birthday. I'm supposed to care about him and his career and this and that. You know, people that care are supposed to be at least friends, right? You do realize if I were to care, you wouldn't have me blocked. I feel like, why would you want someone that's blocked out of your life to care about your life? That's firstly toxic, and that's kind of like the stuff you're saying that I'm doing to you. That makes no sense. You can't just say all this stuff and then say that I did stuff and then you're doing what apparently I did to you. That just doesn't work out like that. I say, like, multiple times, just make up your mind. Are we friends or are we not? Because you talk to me like a friend every time you make a video, and you also talk to me like you don't want to be friends. I don't know how mentally wrong this guy is in the head, but this is just not how things work, and someone has not told him that. So obviously it's the people who's also mentally ill around him, or who also just doesn't care about him enough to help him, or isn't just helping him at all, and maybe is just too lazy. Maybe all of the above. Or this one is also very, very, very likely, besides that other option, and it could be this too, but someone around him probably told him to stop and probably told him to move on also. But he didn't listen, and he probably dropped them out of his life. He most likely, knowing how he is and who he is now, he would most likely just be like, alright, I'm cutting ties with you. You know, it's a burned bridge now. You messed up. You're not going to be part of my clan, my lifestyle, and all these free things you're going to get. All this money you could have made. Straight up like Jake Paul or something with freaking Team 10 or something. And it's just so weird, because completely unrelated story, but earlier I was sleeping and something was going on here, and I was like, what the frick is going on? And then that was also happening. So I mean, like, he's not the only one making mistakes that will most likely learn from it. I kind of hope, but Joshua is very much making a lot of mistakes and not thinking about his life, because he wants all these things to happen to him, but then he's going to make all these mistakes, make himself look bad, and I'm trying to help him. That's obviously what this video is about too. I want what's best for him, and if he doesn't freaking do what's best for him and listen to me, and if he doesn't, like, get his life together like what I've been saying, and if he keeps up what he's doing now, he's not going to get everything that he's apparently going for, especially if he's going to buy his fame. It's going to be like that, because he says that I'm like that, and I force him to do things, and if he doesn't do it, then, I don't know, he gets sad and he cries about it, and it stresses him out. I have no idea. I have no idea where these lies are coming from. Because everybody knows, his friends knows, those roast tracks completely roasted him. Completely roasted him. And they know those things were really good. Even they would admit it. Not probably to him or around him, but they would admit that those roast tracks are really good. Even if they didn't like the song, like how it sounded, they would still see the lyrics and be like, oh, that still hit. And if they saw the live streams and the videos that not only Joshua uploaded, but the other 1v1 that happened, if anybody saw that, and if anybody saw the live stream of MW 2019 of me beating him, which was up twice on my channel, old channel, and his channel, then they would see, oh, so basically the homie ZXinfinite's not lying. No matter what, Joshua tries to do, he can't really find any ways to go at him. And that's kind of the thing I've been saying for the longest time. There's no comparison. There's nothing that he does that's in comparison to me. He's on a much, much, much lower level than I am. And I'm not even going to say I'm not even going to say no disrespect and no offense, but that's the truth. I'm not even going to say that because that is the truth. That's just straight up how it is. There's no comparison. There's nothing. Sure, we have stuff in similar. Sure, we have stuff in common. But the truth of the matter is, and the facts are, all those people saw that. And then he's making this unprofessional video. And all the people saw that 30-minute video of him yelling at his camera, which was probably extremely uncomfortable for you all, and I'm sorry that he decided to do that because of me. And it's so weird. He'll act like that, but in real life he wasn't like that. On calls he wasn't like that. On text he wasn't like that. He was acting friendly to me. For most of that time we tried to be friends after 2016. Which I don't even know what was going on myself because I had a lot going on. So, you know, I probably, if anything, I did want to be chill. And this is the part that I don't like talking about because it was during a time where I couldn't, like, focus on things. And what I mean exactly is the reason I don't like talking about it either is because during that time we were, like, back and forth. And when he put up his hand and shook hands saying we're going to talk this out, I pulled him to the side. And we, you know, talked it out on the side or whatever. And then after that, it was supposed to be all good. And so that's why in his video, I don't know what he's talking about being friends and then not. That was him. If he wants to pull up DMs, he can take his happy ass right to his DMs and show them. But he has not yet showed them. The only DMs he showed is with some person that no one else knows and no one has ever cared about a day in their life. Then what's his point? And that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Because if we're going back to those messages, it's going to be a little weird, of course, because like I said, I could not focus. I had a lot of stuff on my plate, as I still do, but at least now I have a lot less than I did before. But let me say it like this. I had a lot then, and I have some now. Some. I had a lot then, so I could definitely not focus. And then I have some stuff on my plate now. It's not like very detrimental to what I'm doing, but it's still quite a bit to the point where I still gotta like get things done, but I can focus now on things that deserve my attention. And this whole situation, I do want to put the video out there because a lot of the misinformation that is most likely posted out there, and because, you know, some of the hate that comes towards my channel, because he's telling people that don't know me, and he's telling people that don't know him, so they're just kind of bandwagoning, as, you know, people do. So I want to put, like, the facts out there, because I am getting quite tired of him being a child and not wanting to talk like men and not wanting to talk things out. And, you know, basically blocking me and then making videos about me, commenting on my videos, commenting on the streams, on the chat. It's getting tiresome because he's saying that he's a man and he's an adult, but he's doing those things. He has me blocked. He doesn't want to just do a phone call or do it on text and just leave it at that. Because the last conversation we had, I texted him because he had all this stupid stuff happening, and then we were pretty much good. Yeah, 2022. This was after the freaking the illlShot, and he still has that video up. It's just so weird. And then even I confronted him about, I said, this is between me and you. Any beef or drama just so happens to happen after today, then I'm done with it, but it's fine because I'm the only one real being out here, not being snake and lying. I'm being real. And I basically told the future because, you know, obviously he then blocked me, and then is starting this drama up again with this other guy because this other guy is encouraging him to do this type of stuff to someone he doesn't know. So obviously that's, you know, mental right there. But I don't see, what is the thought process? How did they get to this? Like, is it just like, oh, let's get some views and clicks and likes and clickbait and all this, and let's just attack this guy? I don't know him, so I don't know how we're gonna attack him, but let's try to critique him. And I might take my videos down that I talked about him in because I lost a battle, because I tried talking trash on him, even though I don't know him. Oh, man. I don't know what to say, man. How am I going to do this? Oh, I'm going to get someone that actually knows him at least more than I do, and then we're going to team up and then do all this. It's like, bro, the best decision for Joshua is to not be friends with that guy. This is why I'm a therapist and a doctor. This is why I called myself Dr. the homie ZXinfinite not that long ago, and even Dr. Chef the homie ZXinfinite, because it's just factual. That's just who I am. I'm just going to just hope it happens, that he stops being friends with him, and then he can live his best life. If he cuts that guy off and he makes that guy do his own thing and actually find friends that actually care about him and that want the best for him and that actually want to help him, aka I have no idea, you know, there's a lot of people out, there's billions and millions of people out in the world. You know, there's some really good examples. I can only think of one exactly, but in this situation, if he just does the right thing and he actually, you know, goes out there and finds more people to be friends with, because he has to be that person to put his foot down and say, hey, this ain't cutting it, bro. Like, this ain't working out. I don't want to think like this. I don't want to talk about Zach anymore, the homie ZXinfinite. I don't want to talk about X Deadly's anymore. I don't want to talk about him because he doesn't use the X Deadly's channel anymore. And I haven't been friends with him since 2016, really. So why would I let this happen anymore? Or he doesn't even gotta like explain it. He just gotta be like, yo, this ain't working out. We're probably better off without being friends. And he just cuts him out of his life, and boom, just like that, I bet you his life will be 10 times better. Why is my right arm longer than my left arm? Anyhow, I just really feel like if he puts his foot down and he tells people, yo, what are we doing here? You're not really helping me do anything. I don't even hear from you unless it's like an event, unless it's like my birthday, and you only comment on the birthday video. You only comment on those videos where I have to go to hospital. You wish I'm okay and all that, but you don't actually watch the content. I've not completely done that to people, because I went up to people and I was like, yo, what's going on? Just to see if they like will want to talk to me. And either it'll go A, they'll start being rude and switch up, which is a very, very, very rare thing. B, they'll, you know, just straight up talk to me and have a conversation. Or C, they won't respond whatsoever, maybe leave on red. And I don't know. It's just a situation where I feel like he could be preventing a lot of the bad things that happen. He could be preventing, you know, making that video in 2022. He could have prevented that, but I feel like he probably thought that he needed to make that video, which is really weird why it's still up, because he said he was going to take it down in DMs. So this is the stuff that I don't think that even therapy is going to help with, because it's not just therapy that's going to help. He's got to take out some people out of his life to help. And if not that, then it's definitely himself he needs to work on. Because one way or another, something's definitely going wrong if I'm still blocked, and if he's still going to make videos talking bad about my life when it wasn't never that serious until nowadays. It was never that serious, because it's never been like this except recently. So I don't know what is going on behind the scenes, but I want what's best for him. But if he's going to act this way towards me, I don't want nothing to do with Joshua, because there's better people than him, and there's probably better people than other friends he has, but he's choosing to have them in his life, and he doesn't know right from wrong. He doesn't know what's best for him, because he's never thought of that way until maybe his adult life. But even then, like, obviously, even in his adult life, he's still got to, like, take more time for himself instead of just, you know, grinding and content, and then work, hospital, back to freaking home, and content. Like, he needs to have a break. He needs to relax and think for himself, like I've done before. I've took that break, and when I did, I realized what people was really around me. Do you see anybody around me right now? Here's what I did. I thought about school. I thought about all those people. I hit them up, and, like, not even half of them, not even a quarter of them responded back. Maybe a quarter, actually. About a quarter responded back and said they would hang out. We've hanged out since, but let's see. If I were to call anybody up right now and say come through, maybe like 10 people. This is excluding family. Maybe. But they work and stuff. I just noticed Ampharos is right here. I did not notice that the entire time until right now. I need to close that closet door, though, because that's a lot of clothes. No, I'm kidding. I'd probably have enough people that would be on the bed here, and on the futon, and maybe in the background. Maybe some in the closet for some reason. Maybe some behind that door while some was in the closet. Maybe enough to fill this entire room. But are they here right now, right here? Are they trying to come over? Are they asking me to come over and hang out right now and asking to be around me? No. They have not been doing that. I'm the one who's here. I'm the one grinding. I'm the one who wants to do this stuff. I'm the one, yeah, I might have showed them my streams and my content and sent it to them, and yeah, they might have liked it and watched it and all that. I haven't sent it to people that didn't like it unless they don't watch that type of stuff. Maybe I got them to watch that type of stuff too. I never know. In reality, I see like who is my friend and who's not. Think about it. I thought about who actually was an impact, not even an impact on my life, but actually helped and would help even after talking to them. Point is, basically, if they're not helping with anything I'm doing in any way, if they're not helping me, or if they actually don't seem like they care, then I don't, like, they'll be acquaintances, but they won't be friends. So that's exactly what me and Joshua was, because we never got to be friends. You gotta pick and choose the right people that you want in your life. My godfather said that to me. I eventually did that. And I don't want to pick and choose people, and I don't want to, like, you know, wait until they go away or wait until they, you know, freaking keep staying. It's not, like, nothing like that. I noticed when he said that, it made me think, too, like, who really deserves to be here? Who, like, did me wrong and seems like they don't care? Who has did me right and actually helped and stuff? Stuff like that. So that's why I want to be friends with Joshua. That's why I try to go back and be friends with Joshua, because I know we should be friends. There's no excuse to reasons why we can't be friends. Because the only reasons that I hear out of everything is how I was back then. Past. Any time that has to do with the past. Me in the past. How I've acted in the past. Or this or that. Before I was an adult, basically. During my childhood. You know, this and that. In the past. Past. That's all it has to do with. Every single time he says why I'm a bad person has to do with how I was in the past. Every single time. So it's got to be more than his opinion. It's got to be more than him telling him and manipulating him and telling him that not to have me in his life. There is no way that anybody else is out there saying that he should not be friends with, you know, people like me, because there's no one like me, for one. For two, there's no freaking, like, what? So it just doesn't add up to me. I don't understand why we can't be friends, but if that's what he wants to do, and if he wants to keep that other guy in his life, and if he thinks that's good for him, I'm going to feel bad for him, his sponsors, everybody that watches him, his freaking fans, his bird nest. I'm going to feel bad for all those people, because, like I said, it's not going to be looking good if he doesn't make those right decisions. And that's funny because right after, I show him talking to the other guy trying to make stupid drama. And it's obviously affecting Hawk, because in his DMs he says he's the one who started all this. No, there's no one that started anything. And if he did that, then you're listening to him, Joshua. You're letting him do that to you. You're letting him manipulate you. And that's just the person he is. You know, he just doesn't know what to do. He's the one who, if anybody's mentally ill in the head, he's the one who's mentally ill in the head. I'm not going to say his name. I mean, like, if he's best friends with JJ Orange or something, then good for him, I guess. I don't know. He probably tried to contact him. He probably tried to contact, you know, other people. But he was also too scared to answer a phone call. So I don't have nothing to say to that guy. That's why the only time I talk about that guy is like, okay, it was over a freaking game battle, and that was that. And he lost, and he made hours-long content trying to criticize and saying that this and this and that, and then he wants to take those videos down. So it's like, which one is it? Are you that hurt, and you're going to put all those hours of videos up? Or are you still that hurt, but you're even more hurt now and progressively getting more because you took those videos down? Going back to what I said, though, I said this I might mess up some stuff between us because I don't F with that clown. But you're still the homie regardless. He said, I deleted all my tweets. My bad, bro. He was the one who started all this low-key. I said, I'm way past lying and childish stuff we too grown for and being adults for, you know? But not just for the pick, but in general. He said, understandable. He said, let's just start anew and bring the 2016 vibes back. He said, for sure, and I privated those videos I saw. You commented, so I privated them. Just waiting on you to delete them. And I guess it was some kind of deal? I'm supposed to private videos if he privates videos? No matter what, he has me blocked now. And that was the last thing he said to me. This is exactly what I'm talking about. He'll act nice and act friendly and want to be friends, and then he'll have me blocked. Like, it's... This guy has issues, and he's not solving them.
And very toxic. Obviously, he's like, oh, the only way, like, I'll be friends with you. Let's bring the vibes back from 2016. I want you to be how you was in 2016, like ex-deadlies, and I want you, you know, to be cool with me, and I want us to be homies, and let's start again. But I'm not going to take that video down unless you take your videos down, is basically what he's saying. And that's just toxic, bro. And that's exactly what environment he's putting himself in. That's the place that he's in. He's around these toxic things and people, so that makes him think that that's okay. He's been around it for so long, especially, so he thinks it's okay. He thinks that's the way of life. He thinks that's how it should be, and that's why he's, you know, the person he is now, and that's why he's making the content he does now. That's why he does the stuff he does now, because of the way he's been living for so long without changing any little speck of thing.
And that other guy is encouraging this type of stuff because he doesn't care about Joshua. He acts like he cares just so he can get, you know, more money and more things and more this and that, because he thinks that people are going to care about him when really no one does. No one's ever going to care about him as long as he does what he does. Until 2023, I couldn't, like, focus and get everything in hand. So, like, anything that I might have did and might have been mistakes is because of the stuff around me. Like, I couldn't focus and get straight to things. And, you know, and I'm not saying that I'm admitting to things that I might have did. I'm just saying that there might have been stuff I said that I didn't mean and stuff like that. And it was definitely more of a thing during, like, ex-deadlies. As you know, the whole drug thing. And that was kind of weird too. But, I mean, I'm not necessarily comparing it to that. That was probably the worst it got. But besides that, I mean, like, there's no, like, I've never been, like, toxic or anything like that. Or, like, as a joke, I might have, for, like, the comedy. And like I said, you know, I'm a comedian, so I try to find ways to things that's funny. So I have, like, different ways sometimes. So, you know, I try out different things. And it might seem like I'm being toxic, so I'm just using that as an example. But no, I'm really just, you know, going out there and making some content. Whoever enjoys it, enjoys it. Whoever doesn't, doesn't. And that's pretty much the simple part of it. So, you know, really looking at things, if it was about gaming, and I beat him, and he hasn't beat me in that at all, and basically more ways than just a 1v1. And if I beat him in, like, tracks and music, and instead of just, like, you know, the roast track whole thing, and him not responding, I beat him in that, because he also didn't respond. So if music and gaming's out of the question, then it's got to be, like, that serious and personal to him, you know? Like, if he really was, like, that angry at me, you would think he would at least unblock me and then, you know, let me know if he was, you know, really like that. If he's really confident in what he's saying, but obviously he knows he's wrong. He knows he's in the wrong, so that's why I'm stayed blocked, but he will still talk about me behind my back. I don't understand who's making him do this, or who's around him that's making him think like this, but obviously it's never been this bad when I was around him, so it's got to be someone or something. It's got to be something. There's just no way that he's going on in life and thinking that these are the right decisions, because I know if he thought for himself, for at least a moment or a second or a minute, if he actually thought to himself and didn't have anybody else's opinion, I bet you he'd be living a completely different life by now. Last but never least, just because I showed you Call of Duty doesn't mean that it's meant for you. Call of Duty is not meant for you. Calm yourself. Let me do this real quick. Okay, whatever's going on there. You are not meant to play Call of Duty. I feel like it is now clear. You have been doing esports and been going for clips for years, and neither thing have you prevailed in. Neither thing have you showed that it is something that you are good at or something that you can do very well. And sure, you could still do it and play it normally. It's not like you have to do those things, but when you hold yourself to such a high regard and you say you do all these things and accomplishments and you hit all these clips and you do all these things and you go to esports tournaments, you haven't even won one tournament. So I don't even know what's going on there. Again, before you say anything about that, and before you say anything, show that proof, show that evidence. You can talk about whatever in your video, but if you don't have the proof or evidence, how are you trying to make people believe you when you don't have any of that proof and evidence to back it up? It's like talking trash but not backing it up. Basically the same format. And okay, sure, you can just casually play Call of Duty or live stream it. Sure, a lot of people do that.
But don't hold yourself to such a high regard saying you do all these accomplishments and achievements and things and you won this and did this without not only showing proof or evidence and not even showing anything or not even doing anything not once, but also saying that you're doing all these things. Like, bro, you're like the world record holder on freaking Donkey Kong, bro. Don't even know if it's true.
If the content you make is generic, and if it's nothing that's different and new, if you don't add anything to it, if you just play games, how are you going to try to keep people interested into watching you play a game that, if you're not good at it, you don't hit any clips, you haven't won any tournaments? Let's break it down. Nothing on Call of Duty. So I think the next game is just try something else. Little late to the Minecraft era, buddy, but I mean, go for it. If you can't find out any way to do the thing that's as simple as content creation, maybe move on to something else. And it's either Call of Duty gameplay, Minecraft gameplay, any game gameplay, or just stealing series that I've made in the past, and I've showed proof of that earlier in this video, or update videos is really all of that's uploaded on this channel. So I don't see what really gets people's attention, or shall I say 2,000 people's attention. It's a little sus because nothing is interesting. I'm gonna call it now, but I have a feeling that if he has any fans, they're gonna be as toxic as a toxic fan base of people, because I mean, that's what he is going to attract, considering that he's best friends with someone else that's basically the same exact thing. It's just no morals and no goals. I just don't see what he thinks makes him stand out, or what appeals to people, especially with the thumbnails, the laziness, freaking, oh my gosh, the freaking SS Sniper Wolf copy and paste thumbnails, the freaking just, I don't understand it. I think he should just play Fortnite. That's what will get him views, because I can definitely see that channel being a Fortnite channel and definitely popping off. So how about that? I'll give you some advice. Start streaming Fortnite, start grinding that game, start doing tournaments and cups on that game, and I think your channel will blast off. And then, after YouTube does the purge again, and then you lose most of your subscribers, about like 90% of your subscribers, because, it's a purge. It gets rid of all the bots. Once that gets out of the way, then you can actually grow, and you'll see that you'll probably end up with way more than 2,000 after, the purging stuff that should happen. I'm not saying it will happen, because it depends on how much YouTube actually cares about their platform.
If I didn't matter so much in your life, then why are you telling other people about my life or our life that we apparently had? We haven't even been actual friends. And despite that, you want to go out there and tell people about how I live my life and stuff like that. Like I said, completely cool if you want to lose your cool, but that's on you if you want to do that to yourself. I'm just trying to save you from the embarrassment, but I mean, I'm not going to stop you from doing what you're continuing to do for this long. But I'm also not going to keep doing this for so many years. So you can keep it up all you want. You can put as much time and effort and dedication into something all you want. But in the end, at the end of the day, you're going to realize that what are you getting out of it? When you look at your subscribers, you look at every single one of them, and then you look at how much money you paid to put that on your account. How does it feel? I mean, truly, how does it feel to talk about someone behind their back and not want to, do a business call like men, have me blocked, and say that it's all about the career and the profession of things and this and that, when you can't even talk about it out on the phone or talk about it on the phone? You can't text me about it. You can't contact me. You say you have contacted me, but yet I go to Twitter right now and I'm blocked. Is blocking contacting? I'm not sure why he's spreading misinformation on the internet out there. Because straight up, like, as far as me and him have been, we've been pretty much just acquaintances and friends, basically, online. That's how much we know about each other. I know as much as about him as he knows about me. Except I probably remembered more because, my life isn't, like, half the time got my panties up in a bunch because I'm not making money, because I don't know how to do it, because I didn't listen to my mentor, X-Deadlies, or the homies ZXinfinite. I'm not like that. I don't waste time on things that don't deserve my time, that aren't worthy of my time. It's so simple. It is the easiest decision to do, to call on the phone, and if this is the way it was, be like, yo, let's squash this, let's go about our lives, and then hang up. You could have just did that. But no, you want to spread this misinformation out there on the internet. You want to, team up with this dude that is lashing out against the people because he's not accepted or whatever. I don't know what the deal is with him. I mean, I don't know how you lose a video game freaking battle, and then you spend your whole life, the rest of your life, talking bad on someone you don't know, and subscribing to them and staying subscribed. I don't know how both hurt your feelings are, or attracted you are to me, or whatever the deal is, but if even you cannot unblock me, if even you cannot accept a call from me, then no wonder both of y'all are friends. And I can't force people to change. I can't force people to change their opinion. I can't get people to change their minds all the time. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind or try to make them make any decisions. I would suggest and also recommend and also would love and like for Joshua to quit doing what he's doing and to focus on his life. Because it is simple as in, if I'm not in his life anymore, and if I'm such a bad thing on his life, why is he feeding into it? Why is it tearing him apart? Why is it eating him alive? Because I've not talked about him. I have no relation to him in any way. 2016 was the last time we were around each other. So why is he going mentally ill on the internet? Why is no one helping this dude? Why is none of his friends? Like, no. I think he's just saying he's in therapy as an excuse, because there's no way that therapist is letting him do what he does unless he doesn't be honest with her, unless he doesn't be honest with himself. Edit that out until like the last part. Unless he doesn't be honest with the people and his fans, friends, family, everybody. And if most of all he's not honest with himself, then he's going to lash out and he's going to go out of control and he's not going to think for himself. That's why he's angry at every little thing. That is why he's mad at me for being in his past. Truly, where's the explanation? I don't understand why everything has to end up in a fight, when in that case that would mean only one person cares, and one of them is pursuing, no, edit that out, and the other one is living life, living the best life, and doing it with the people. And there's every type of career. I was like, okay, if this is about careers, we'll do this in gaming. Modern Warfare 2019, what happened? He used a better advantaged weapon, and I beat him with a sniper rifle. He deleted the stream. He deleted our old content with Georgie, and his excuse was he got hacked. Now, next up was my other leader in the clan, or co-leader. He also beat him. And I've already explained it. He's an esports player at that time, and he lost to people who just casually play Call of Duty. An esports player. So you would think, being in esports, their aim would be substantially better. And especially if they're using something that got faster advantages in marksman rifles, that they would win. Turned out it did not happen. Fast forward to 2021, he wouldn't quit. So I was like, okay, you used to do music, right? Let me show you how it's done. I did a roast track, and I've done many since then, because it's hilarious, funny, and it actually is. And if it's a mix of a actual song and a roast track. Now, some people see it as a diss track. That's not what that is. It's a roast track. It is not similar. It's just a roast. The goals aren't the same as a diss track. So I made a few of those. It was fun. It was funny. It's hilarious. And he wouldn't be able to compete with me on games, and he wouldn't be able to compete with me on rap or music-wise. So that's pretty much out of the question. So I basically destroyed him in every career that he does. And apparently he's designing a game now. So I am looking forward to trying that game out. And I'm not, and people can assume whatever, but I genuinely want to try it and see how good the game is. Because he seems to be doing college, he seems to be doing what he's doing, and I want to see, and I am interested to see if he actually has that potential that I can see, and he actually is, about his word. He He declined my offer to work on the game with him. Completely fine. But then tries to get mad at me for critiquing him and other video games and stuff like that, which doesn't really make sense. I can't do it, but he can. Or basically, that's pretty much the situation. Narcissism and egotistical person, bad person overall. And I did know the guy, and he has not changed one bit. So, that's that. And I knew the guy for over a decade. So, that's about half his life. Half-Life by Valve. So, I can't really get any opinions from people that he's met out of state from here. Because, I've known him for a decade. I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I'm tired. I feel like I'm CM Punk right now. I'm tired, I'm old, and I gotta work with children. 100% feel like that right now. Because YouTube will instantly go to my stream and take down a video of, what is it, copyright because I was watching a Teen Titans Go episode or something. And maybe I didn't pause every once in a while, or maybe I didn't add something to it, or commentary or whatever. I didn't add to it or whatever the heck. And so they took down the stream, but when I report a video and it's clear that it's going against guidelines, YouTube is okay with it. YouTube's like, you know what? This guy, he gets to stay on the chain, the platform, because he's doing so much for the platform. Yeah, it's not like I've been on here before Google owned YouTube, for one. For two, I've been on here around 2005. Most of my life. I basically know the ins and outs, the tops, the bottoms, everything. And apparently, I'm the one who's in the wrong. And they're falsely copyright claiming my videos and streams and saying that it goes against guidelines, probably because I'm getting spam reported. The same way I got banned on my PlayStation account. Completely fine for people to get offended by nothing and for people's feelings to get hurt over absolutely nothing at all. I mean, I don't know how many children I have to work with, but I don't think it's the wisest move to let this guy continue being on the platform. But if that's what YouTube wants on the platform, whatever. I'm probably not going to work with him until YouTube does something. But going forward, I hope the best for all of them. I've already said it. Him and his family, all that stuff, and YouTube. But I think it's going to be going downhill. I think that YouTube's not going to be a good platform to stay on as long as that guy's on the platform. I don't think anybody's going to be interested in using it. There's going to be a lot less traction. YouTube's going to not be looking good. It's going to be hurtful to their image. But this is what YouTube wants. So, have at it, YouTube. If this is exactly what you want on the platform, you might as well take out your terms of service. You might as well take out the community guidelines. You might as well just not have that page at all because you're letting them go against it. I've even reported other videos, and nothing's been done about that. But my videos will get claimed, and then, frickin' taken back, or whatever the term is. They'll take that away and decide to take off the claim. I mean, I don't know who's working at YouTube, but I gotta contact someone or something, or just, this is just gonna be very sad because this is not the smartest decision to have this guy on the platform if this is what this guy is going to continue to do. If you're going to allow someone to buy sub-bots, it's not illegal, sure, but there's also something that says it can get someone terminated if they are using that. Now, you could say Deji did use it, yes, apparently. These are just allegations, I guess you could say. And he's still on the platform. So, okay, sure, that's still possible. But all I'm saying is, if that's untrue, then why is that news article still up? And I'm not saying I believe them. I'm just saying that if YouTube, kind of wanted the right information out there. I feel like they probably would have did something. Maybe they'll do it after this video. But at this point, I'm highly doubting YouTube's faith in the platform, YouTube's morale, kind of doubting that they even care about the platform any longer because of them allowing all of these things to happen. And I'm just very confused by it from a business standpoint, from pretty much every perspective there is. Because there are other people besides him on the platform that don't deserve to be on it. And YouTube's just completely fine with people going against their community guidelines, yet they are still going to have them, and even copyright strike me on my old channel for no reason at all, and then take it away as if they never did it in the first place. Very odd. When people are outspoken like this, and they want what's best for the platform, and then they get, frickin' things happening, usually that's probably the way to go, and usually that's probably the move. And sometimes I feel like I should work at YouTube because I would not sleep. I would have sleepless nights, working on the platform and getting rid of, scum, pretty much. Getting rid of the parasites on the platform, and just disgusting, toxic people. And if there's disgusting, toxic people that aren't going against the community guidelines, what have you, then they can remain because if that's the rules. If they go against the rules, they're not allowed to be on the platform, strike, whatever, so on and so forth. But everybody's different, I guess. But I feel like I'm just too mature for this childish behavior. And it is truly sad that I have to make a video out here to let people know to watch out for this guy, and to also keep an eye on him and his freaking friend that's somewhat overweight, because not just them, but the other people around them are definitely people that kind of try to exploit and use this platform to their will, and be as toxic as possible. And I just really hope that people will eventually see it and do something about it if YouTube doesn't do anything at all. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't think there's anything else to say. I don't want to waste any more time on this. I'm gonna continue getting money. No. Damn. Why you hell yeah. Kind of bored. Twice. It was 20 minutes of just flapping the gums. There wasn't no song in response. Like, out of nowhere, it wasn't like freaking a content comp where freaking in the Right Scum iDubbbz won exactly. At the end, there wasn't no like freaking surprise diss track at the end. There wasn't a separate upload with a diss track. Josh F. Hawk, he'll invite all these people and he'll tell all these people about stuff that only happen between two people. It's like, obviously they know they can't compete. Like friendly 1v1s, you could say whatever about that or whatever, but no matter what, you cannot deny the fact that it happened. Oh, and what was it? Let's bring up a couple more. What happened in 2019? I won. It's funny because the one who had the proof, the two people who had the proof, one of them took it down being me. I took it down because who cares? Ain't nobody care. I beat him. That was that. I streamed it for fun. I was actually streaming something else, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna invite him, and we're gonna set it straight. I won. The other leader of the clan won. Co-leader. I do it how I do. I don't cap. I don't play. What I'm finna do, I'm like what I say anywhere. What I say, that's what's gonna happen. What did I do? I pulled out a sniper. He pulled out a marksman. He lost with a freaking faster weapon. His entire channel is about gaming, but he wants to talk about music without no knowledge of music at all. Just talking trash about music. See, like, you don't have to be
a music critiquer or do research on music if you know what you're talking about. But obviously, this dude needs to do both of those things to know what he's talking about. Like I talked about, you know, pissing in the bed like a pussy bitch cat dog, right? Like Cat Dog the show. And then he's all explaining stuff like it didn't add to anything. Like if, now that people know what he said, it didn't add to anything at all. They didn't care. Like, oh no, now we gotta feel guilty, you gotta feel bad. No. Ain't nobody cared. That didn't add to nothing. He didn't spit no bars throughout the video. He didn't even rhyme. I mean, if this was a contest of yelling at the camera, I ain't gonna do that. It's midnight right now. Got my people sleeping, so I'm not gonna yell at the camera. You know, even for the memes or the jokes, and because I just don't care enough. You know, this is just reality. The videos talking about me aren't on his main channel. And that one video, nothing. It's not a reaction. He doesn't even react to it. His friends don't react to it. This is a waste of a video. It's a joke. After, if someone sat down and watched that 20-minute video, no one would have learned anything. If they cared about Joshua F. Hawk, sure, they would have learned more about him. But what's that gonna do? What's that gonna do going forward in life? Let's just keep it real. This picture right here you're about to see shows I was top 10% player at the same time that this guy was a esports player or whatever, and I was just grinding the game. You know, I wasn't like going full on out like grinding, but I was like, you know, going for camos and, you know, just playing the game to have fun. But I wasn't grinding. I know I just said grinding, but grinding as in just, you know, XP, camos, having fun playing the game with the homies and friends. That's pretty much the extent of what I mean.
And I was playing different games at the time, and Black Ops 3 and Apex Legends and streaming all those. All of this is like easy research people could do if they just do the freaking research, bro. So it's like, it's hilarious. Like, I could explain it and summarize it right quick so people don't have to do the research. But if they want to prove it so bad, if this matters that much to them, that they want to go do the research, then they can go right ahead. But I mean, it's just, at the same time, I was top 10% in MW 2019, and I ain't even played that game by itself. I played other games too, and I was doing a lot of other stuff.
So that's out of the question. This guy's apparently been doing it for years. So tell me how he lost to, and keep in mind, I was not intoxicated, probably intoxicated, not under the influence. I was faded, right? I was stoned. Yeah, I was on drugs, smoking marijuana. And this dude still lost. I wasn't even in my right mind state, something that I don't do no more, something that I wish I never did. And the fact that I was like basically on drugs and maybe drinking at the same time. Maybe not that same day, but around that time. It's just kind of funny. Basically at my worst, under pressure, under stress from other things, I still beat him. He doesn't show no skill. Like, there's two different clips, right? Like this I already showed the picture of me in top 10% of the game. You can even like look at my X-Dailies channel to check that out when I played it. That was when I was first trying that game. Black Ops 4 wasn't like it. MW 2019 is the only one like it. The two clips that I've seen him do are these clips where he basically is hard scoping. He's aiming for like at least more than half the shot. Not quick scoping or nothing. Not no scoping. At least this clip I'm talking about. And it's mostly people going from their spawn. Like, let me think. C flag, or it's the C flag, the one that's in like that corner that has the pipe above. This dude got a clip from people coming out of their spawn. So he's basically spawn camping. Wow. The only time he hit a clip is by spawn camping. And the other time on Rust, this dude sat on the truck on a head glitch, but it's not like hitting nothing special. I don't mean to bring it up because he's a FaZe fanboy and he rides them. He fucking follows everything they do for whatever reason. I introduced FaZe to him, Call of Duty and YouTube, and that dude's on that shit like crazy. He'll talk shit on YouTube, but then he'll grind YouTube and stop doing Twitch for what? YouTube. 2 clips. It's the only ones I saw he did after the 300 subscriber montage. And oh my gosh, bro, like there's no way that he's talking trash on my gaming when he plays like that. There's no way he's talking trash on music when he's non-existent in the music industry. He could talk about all this stuff, but
He's even non-existent in the freaking competitive industry and content industry, YouTube industry, all of it, everything. We're going back to achievements and awards and such. Like, what's on my head and the rest of the stuff that I earned behind me, that's not even all of it. This is like outside of freaking, you know, YouTube content creation and such. This is outside of it all.
And on top of that, before all of that, let that sink in.
Can't even make that point because YouTube just like, well, we take down YouTubers with botted accounts, but you know that dude's sitting there with 2K fake ass subscribers. This dude has less than 20 people consistently, like not even consistently. Pause. Like, bro, not even 10 people, 10 real people in the comments. Because again, like, if we take the numbers all together, we put all my channels together, and my 3 channels right now, and freaking X Deadlies, that's 1,000. That's over 1,000. I'm just keeping it real with my people and the people outside that are in LGE that are just not watching, or first time watchers, or just new viewers and such. I'm just keeping it real with the facts here. This dude go crazy over winning a gaming chair. Need I say more?
Different rewarded feeling when you do all that hard work and you buy it.
You don't got that money. If you're still screen recording on your phone clips that you hit, when you could easily do that if you had a capture card, if you have all that money, you could easily do. So I better not see no freaking shorts, no videos of this kid using his phone to screen record a clip or something. Ain't no way he's using a screen recorder. What happened to all that money? Because I know he got a PC. I know he got a microphone. Because of the stuff he apparently making. Right? There is no excuse why he can't make a track. So what's stopping him from doing all that? But let's look at the facts here. This dude wants to hide behind fake accounts with a fake voice. When it's obviously him. I know the guy more than anybody's ever met on YouTube. Oh, you know what? Actually, except his mom. His mom comments on his videos. She's a daily fan. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm not gonna get into it. I've heard stuff about him and his brother and his dad. Not gonna get into it. That's his own thing to fix. But I don't know where all of his money's going, but why you got me blocked? If you're gonna make this 20-minute video telling all these people this misinformation out here, acting like the victim, guilty tripping people, acting like they gotta feel bad for you because all these things, you act like a fucking piece of shit on camera, and you act like all these people gotta feel bad for you. If they saw all the stuff that I saw, if they knew all the stuff I knew, if they heard all the stuff that I heard before I got you into this YouTube shit, especially that too. If they saw and heard everything that I saw and heard going on back at your crib, nah, I wouldn't even hit crib. It's his parents' crib like he living now. So, bruh, I don't believe anything he's saying, especially knowing him. Anybody that believes what he's saying doesn't know him. That's just the truth of it. So, I knew the guy for 10 years before all of this started happening as trying to be friends. But we never got to that point. Just keeping it real. If this guy, Joshua F. freaking Hawk, because fuck Hawk, no, it's fine. It's not that serious. This guy hanged out with me a few times, and now he thinks he knows my whole life story because he wants to tell everybody about it on the internet. Ain't nobody ask about information and personal stuff on the internet. So that's why, I'm saying a little bit of this, but I'm not going to get into detail about things. It's not that serious. Real people don't care except him, his mom, maybe his stepdad, 5, 6, I don't know how many. That's the only people that care. Oh, and the obese one. That's the only people. That's like, what, 4 people? Out of how many people? If those were real people, let's just say those were real people. 2,000 subs, right? We're not counting views. 4 people out of not even 2,000, 1,900 people are the only ones that care about that one upload you did on me. Because you said you already talked about the urinal thing in a video, so they already knew that. So what would be the point of explaining it again? Why'd you explain it twice to your 1,000 people? Like, it just don't make sense to me. Like, this guy, he's just not about his word. He says stuff without thinking about it, and he says stuff just to make himself act cool. You know, fake persona on the internet, like I said. Fake character. Like, at least Sex Deadlies was a real character. And it's cool, you know, someone can be hurt for years, and maybe he'll come back with some decent bars. I mean, like, I don't even care as long as it's, like, decent. Then maybe Joshua could write some stuff up. I mean, if he's this ambitionless about his whole thing, all of a sudden the stuff that I showed him he's into, he's this ambitionless about it. If he cares about it so much and protecting, if he wants to protect his whole I don't even know what to call it, his little YouTube account, then he should be able to write something up. There's no way. There's just no way. He made a little diss track before, and what I did was roast tracks, not a diss track. Don't confuse it, because it was a roast track. I've said it before. Roast tracks are not the same as diss tracks. Not in the same lane. Nope. Not in the same anything. It's all for jokes and fun. They can feel how they feel about it, but it's not that serious. And if this matters that much to anybody out there in LGE or part of the bird's nest, bro, like, his content made for children. No one can tell me different. If people want to go out there and say something about all that stuff, let's just be real. I'm the only one who known him for, if we're counting every year that I known him, 2008. I don't know how many years that is. I'm not doing the math. But if you've known him since 2008, alright, go ahead and put your little opinion on there, and let's see how true that is. Then we'll look at the research and facts. But if you're a family member, that don't count for none. How is this going beyond YouTube content creation, for lack of a better term? How is this, like, personal thing so serious to him and whoever else? Anybody that don't know me, I'm gonna make sure that they not in that. So I'm gonna push them out, right? So that excludes everybody but basically Josh. So what's the deal? I can't even ask him what the deal is because he has me blocked. Where's the freaking, like, what is the thought process in this? What is he gonna get out of this? And I ain't want this type of, like, little negativity stuff on my channel. I'm gonna do something with it. And with all that 20 minutes that he did on one person, which is funny because, like, when he's getting close to the camera, I wonder how uncomfortable his viewers are watching that, because he's all, like, getting close to the camera and, like, yelling at his camera, "You dumb idiot!" Like Patrick. Nah, he's like anorexic. He ain't even freaking that. I don't even know. Nobody give a that's by Respawn, multi-million-dollar company, right? Hold on, let me see. Well, look at this, because I like Respawn. No hate on Respawn. They's the homies. A plastic surgeon owns Respawn? That's cap. Bro, it doesn't even say, like, how much money. Because he's talking about, like, getting noticed by $1 million company. Did you? That's like, shut your stupid ass up. Oh, shoot. Pringles bill for esports championship? Bro, I need to see what's up with that. I need to go see what's up with that. Oh my gosh, official gaming chair partner FaZe Clan. No wonder Joshua won't shut the f about it, because he's dick riding that like crazy. Bro, I can't even see the numbers. If you can't see the numbers, then it's probably not even in millions. So, and if he's talking about WWE, wow, John Cena followed him, but do he talk to John Cena? Has he had a conversation? No, I'm not talking about Twitter DMs where John Cena followed him on Twitter with a lot of those fake bot accounts. I'm talking about, like, in real life. Is he friends with them? Straight up? Like, bro, you can talk about how you're friends with all of these people, but have you talked to them? Are you friends with them? Like, man, if I could show the footage